Ah! Ah! Fuck, I'm back. How's it going, everyone? I have been unfrozen out of the eternal ice, I guess. I'm back now. Yes, I think I've told you guys, I did kind of imply that while I was streaming last time, but, well, yes, I was really busy for the past couple of days. Honestly, I don't even blame y'all this time. You guys can, like, throw me under the bus and crap on me. I deserve it. But yes, I'm back, guys. So, the reason I haven't been able to stream was due to a multitude of reasons, right? I'm not even the kind of person who, like, doesn't stream before exams, right? I'm the kind of person who streams, like, maybe up to the day before the exams. At most, I take, like, a one-day break, right? No, this time, I simply could not, right? I had end terms. I had a shit ton of assignments. I had to do my graduation stuff because I'm graduating this year or maybe next year. Anyways, I need to do the graduation, paper, this week, but I have to present it this week, so, yeah, we're gonna be doing something interesting tomorrow, that's for sure, but, so, yeah, I had my graduation papers, I had assignments, I had exams, then there was also that weird, symposium regarding, geoparks. That's a really interesting thing that happened. I want to talk about that soon. And, not but not least, I kind of need to think about what the frick I'm gonna be doing now. Especially since, you guys know that I try to be, I want to be a paleo person. I want to go ahead and dig up dinosaurs, as you guys say, as, Dr. Ian Malcolm said, yeah, you dig up dinosaurs? Yes, pretty much. No, it's not really that life is fucked up, but, honestly, like, don't expect me to, like, not stream when life is fucked up, right? But, like, you guys, I kid you not, if the world would end tomorrow, the one thing I'd be doing today is streaming, right? Like, I would rather, like, I'm not gonna stream because the world is ending tomorrow, right? But for the past couple of days, it has been even worse than that, right? So, as I said, I need to think about what I'm gonna be doing from now on. Like, what am I gonna do after I graduate? Like, I mean, where are you gonna go do some research? South Korea, as I've told you guys multitude of times, right now in South Korea, there aren't that many paleo labs anymore. All the paleontologists who were in charge of, so, if you, for example, right, if you want to get a master's degree or a doctorate in paleontology, you need, an advisor, a scientific advisor that basically helps you go through everything, that helps you with the science, that helps you with the research, and, you know, does the help regarding, like, publishing papers and stuff. Just, it's very important, right? The scientific advisor when it comes to publishing papers. The thing is, every person who could potentially be my scientific advisor for vertebrate paleontology is no longer a paleontologist. I mean, they are paleontologists. They aren't, like, professors anymore, so they aren't really in charge of our lab, so they aren't in a position where they can, help me out, to become a scientific advisor. So, what would they do? What would I do? Well, there's only one way. One, I give up on my dreams of becoming a paleontologist, or number two, I could try and go to another country and figure out, what to do over there. Yeah, you know that, you guys know that I can't go with the first, right? Like, I've tried to, like, live up my dream for the past 23 years. There hasn't been a single moment in my life where I did not want to become a paleontologist, right? No matter what happens, I'm gonna be that, right? And there's nothing that can stop me, right? I'm going off Korea if that's all it takes. So, yeah, I've been looking through, various countries, trying to figure out where to go. And I can't actually go to the United States because, for some reason, the policy changed over there. So if you want to be a foreign student that want to study in the United States, you need to pay, like, $10,000 a year, I think. So, unfortunately, United States, I can't go to United States. Which is terrible, because United States is where all the big paleo guys are. So, now, I mean, like, it's not like the other countries are worse off, right? Like, of course, China, freaking awesome, right? Canada, dope as hell, right? Europe, cool. Australia is also not that bad either. But what I'm saying is that the majority of paleontologists are located within United States. So, naturally, you would, you just have more opportunities there. There's more things to research. There's more stuff to do, right? In general, so it's a shame that I can't go to the United States, and it's a shame that I can't be in South Korea. So, yeah, I need to look for a different country, and I thought that I could, put off, looking for graduate school until, like, next year. Because, I'm pretty sure outside of South Korea and Japan, graduate school usually begins on September, because that's where the school year starts. But for South Korea, the school year doesn't start during September, it starts during March. It's only South Korea and Japan. Those two are the only countries in the world in which that's a thing. So, yeah, so turns out, if I want to go to a graduate school, I need to start looking for scientific potential advisors now. And it turns out most people already sent out their letters during early to mid-October. And when I got the news that I need to get up on my ass and start sending out letters, it was like the 21st of October or something like that. So it was like all the way at the end, because it usually takes a year for you to go get into paleo. So great tip for you if you want to become a paleontologist, right? Before you graduate university, you will have to at least like have like a year beforehand where you try and look for advisors. For example, like what should I call it? Like for example, if you want to go to a graduate school, you need to ask the professors beforehand if they have any like space open for new students. You want to think about what you are gonna research, and then after you you can't just go ahead and because sign-ups start next year. That's true, but you can't just do nothing beforehand and just throw in your letter for sign-ups and expect the professors to go ahead and say, oh yes, this is a very fine student, we'll accept it. That of course this does happen, but I wouldn't count my fingers on it, right? It's much better for you to go ahead and email the professors, see what they have, go get into some Zoom calls with them to get to know each other. And then once you get to know the professor better, and then when they see you're this guy, because graduate school isn't simply about getting good grades, it's about whether you can do science very well. So the professors, while in a Zoom call, they'll talk about scientific stuff. They'll see if you're cut for the job. So even if you got good grades, if you can't do science, if you don't know how to write a paper, well then, you're gonna get the thumbs down. You're gonna get downvoted into hell. So, good morning. Policy changes may come soon. Oh really? Great. Sure. I'll keep my fingers crossed. Although, as I said, a graduate school requires me to start sending in and talking to professors now. So I've actually sent out letters. Yeah, I had to do that, which was probably the most biggest panic-inducing thing of my life, because that was it's super important, because that graduate school, because I plan on doing my doctorate within the same university in which I do my master's. So you've basically loved dinosaurs for your entire life, right? Put yourself in my shoes, alright? Although I'm not wearing one right now. Right? You've loved dinosaurs for your entire life. You think you can prepare for another year for graduate school. So you've been busy with your 4 assignments, 6 exams, your graduation paper, and which includes analyzing sedimentary structures and stuff, right? Boom! All of a sudden, Google tells you, actually, you're kind of fucked. You need to figure out what the hell you're doing with your life and send out letters to at least 12 universities within 5 days. Fuck you. So there I was, kind of panicking, because I was yeah, I mean, I love dinosaurs, don't get me wrong. I love dinosaurs more than any other guy in the room right now, which is just me. It's just me in the room, honestly. I'm living by myself. There's nobody else with me. But still. Yes. I like dinosaurs, but I never really thought about, like, what I am gonna be researching. Because, like, even as a high school student, even when I entered university, I was like, I guess I'll probably just pick up, like, the science that is, like, trending nowadays, right? Because I can't just go ahead and say, like, what if I, for example, as a kid, wanted to, as a university student, wanted to write a paper on how Nanotyrannus was actually valid? And, well, turns out, oh, I'm about to graduate, and turns out some guy already wrote that, so I guess I'm screwed. I didn't want that kind of thing to happen, so I just kind of kept, stopped, thinking about what I'm gonna be doing about research. And I've always been focused on what I'm gonna be doing right now, which is, like, streaming, getting grades, getting assignments done, yada yada yada. But no, turns out you're gonna try to figure out what the hell you're gonna be studying, so I was like, shit. Well, I did really enjoy reading about different ceratopsians because their skull diversity is unmatched in terms of other dinosaur classes. So, I guess biodiversity? But then again, I like the Lophosaurus. So maybe study of early dinosaurs? That sounds nice too. I was gonna do ceratopsian studies, right? Because ceratopsians are freaking awesome. But then, when I was going on Google Scholar, and I've been looking through different paleontologists to try and figure out where I could possibly study, well, turns out most labs that have published ceratopsian, biodiversity, things recently are universities in China. There's like one in China, and the rest are all in the US. Which I can't do because I can't go to the United States. So I was like, I guess I'll do something else? I guess early dinosaur biodiversity? There's some in Europe. That sounds nice. In fact, I found a lab in Germany that wants to do something with plateosaurs. So I was like, holy shit, yes, sign me up. And, yeah, good news, guys. I got mail today. They sent me an email. They said, they looked at my CV, they looked at my letter, and they thought, yes, he might be a good guy. And right now, I'm on the next stage on, like, you're trying to assign, like, a Zoom meeting and stuff, so very, very important, interesting stuff that is about to happen in my life. And it's also in Germany, right? So, the universities that I did end up selecting for me right now are universities in Germany, because I live there, in Australia, because Australia is also, turns out Australia is pretty good in paleo. So, yeah, Australia I could live with. Like, I could study dinosaurs while getting mauled by kangaroos. Like, holy shit, isn't that awesome? And, well, and Canada, of course. Canada is also great. I also signed up, for some, graduate schools in the United Kingdom. Although, I've been told that by Dr. Stephen Brissett himself, that, yeah, like, we got a lot of competition. Like, you can sign up, but, like, I can't guarantee you to be in there, which I can completely see. Like, he's got a point, right? And the problem with, me living in South Korea is the fact that because the school year starts in March, graduate papers, like the science things that I'm writing right now, aren't published. So, when I sent out emails for a lot of professors, they were like, yes, I see you have a lot of passion in it, but I can't accept you because you don't really have any papers published under your name. So, I don't know if you're fit for it. So, which kind of sucks because, like, I mean, I haven't written a paper because I'm about to publish my first one. It's not my fault that the school, that the school year ends in March, so that's when about when the time when my paper is published, right? And that's really not my fault, but, well, that cut me off a couple of connections, unfortunately. I mean, I can't blame him, it's just life, I guess. So, there's that, so I couldn't do that. Sucks. That was, like, I think that was a university in Canada, I think, so, yeah, so, sucks. I still need to, like, look, I'm considering sending out more letters, right? Here's the thing, right? Because even if we get on to the next stage, which is Zoom calls, there's still no guarantee that they might accept me. So, better to keep, like, plan B and plan C. And there's also Plan D. The D in case would stand for die, but we'll cross the bridge when we get to it, I suppose. So yeah, I've been sending out CVs, graduate letters. Holy shit, I've been can we talk about this for a moment? Right. So you guys know that I've been in a Zoom conference with some other paleo people around the world regarding graduate school. For other people that aren't from the United States, there's other Lophos like me in the world. Guess what? And they're all trying to go into graduate school for different paleo-related things. So, they've been getting training, basically, by another paleontologist who's kind enough to help other people go through the same process that I am. And we've been looking through, they were like, oh yes, today we're gonna be figuring out how to write CVs. So I've been trying to write CVs, and there was also a moment where where we would share each other's CVs, right? And oh my god. Like, I feel like I am literally the most underworld guy in the entire room there, right? There were, like, people who are, like, writing stuff on, like, Falcarius. Oh, I went to 6 different dinosaur digs. I helped that one very, famous professor study Falcarius, the freaking herbivore Therizinosaur. Like, there's one guy who, like, and I thought, I was like, yeah, that's because they were, like, they're trying to go for a doctorate. They already got their masters, right? So, like, you can't blame me, right? So, because I'm just a university graduate, I'm a baby. And then I looked to a guy who's a different guy who's from Indonesia, who's, like, about, like, 2 years older than I am. So, he and me are in a very similar position. And he's written, like, 6 different papers. And what the fuck? Have I been doing wrong? Am I living my life wrong now? Like, what did I do wrong? Where did it all go wrong? I've just been living life as life was intended to be lived, and I'm about to write my first paper. And next to me is a guy that wrote 6 papers. I can't even blame my country for it, because Indonesia and South Korea are very similar in part of fossil discoveries. Dare I say, South Korea is actually better, because at least we got some sedimentary formations and fossils and Koreaceratops and stuff here. So, what is my excuse? You don't have one, you just suck ass, that's what. But yes, I mean, they kept insisting I got, like, imposter syndrome, but, like, it's not imposter syndrome when it's literally right in front of me on the screen, so, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really have that many high hopes. Basically, the person I am writing my graduation paper alongside me, what his plan is that he actually wants to get his master's here, and he's gonna try and go for a doctorate in Japan. That's what his goal was. Because he wants to write a master's to at least prove that he can do science a lot better, like similar to what other people have been doing with them, with their CVs. But because there's no paleo labs right now in South Korea in terms of vertebrate paleontology, I want to study dinosaurs, so I want to reach out to other people. I want to get my master's with dinosaurs. I don't want to go ahead and write my master's on the more sedimentary, like, areas, right? Maybe it's just me being immature, right? But, like, the way I've lived my life is that, like, if I really want to do something, the one thing I've been really frustrated with my life, right, is that I really want to study dinosaurs. But every time, like, life has been telling me, just cross this one more stage. Just graduate middle school, then you can start studying cool things that will help you out in university, right? Just pass the university entrance exams. Once you do that, you can enter university, and there you can study all the dinosaurs you want. Well, I am in university, and guess what? I still haven't studied any fucking dinosaurs. So, and I'm like, I want to study dinosaurs now. Come on, let me. And life is about to tell me, actually, Lopho, you need to get a master's in sedimentology, where else every other person around the world can get their science degree in dinosaurs. Fuck you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going somewhere else where I can spread my wings and actually study dinosaurs for my master's, okay? Like, at this point, there is no excuse, right? And also, I've been looking through other person's CVs, right? Because just to get a help on my CV. And guess what? I've looked through other people's CVs, and people have been studying in the United States, United Kingdom, and Canada. Guess what? They had classes literally named Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Life in university. What the fuck, man? I thought that I was in the weird for not having studying dinosaurs during university. Turns out everyone else was doing that except for me. Like people in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, right? Put your hands up. If you're studying geology during university, have you listened to a course, or at least was there a course available about dinosaurs and/or prehistoric life? Right? I feel like I'm the only person who didn't study this, because we never had that. The closest thing we had to a paleo class was paleontology. No, it's not even paleontology. It was like labeled as what was it? Fossils and paleo, I think. It's about paleo, but it's not really about paleo. We were talking about like brachiopods, coral fossils, and stuff like that. Like, I thought that was normal, right? I thought I was in the normal guy here for studying brachiopods, right? Like, no, like, it turns out everyone else does that and gets to study dinosaurs. Like, So, yeah, I didn't get to study dinosaurs during university, so I was like, oh, well, guess what? I guess I'm fucked. I guess I'll study dinosaurs during my master's now. So, yeah, I've been writing CVs. Where did the discussion even go through, right? So, I've written, letters, I've written CVs, I've written my graduate paper, me and my friend have prepared presentations for my graduation paper. I've been studying for my end terms, which finished this, yesterday! Hooray! And in case you guys are wondering, no, I did terribly in the exams. Honestly, I should just off myself. I don't know why I'm bothered with this, but at least, there is the small consolation that when graduate school, most people don't tend to look at your grades. Heck, even our advisors told me that, not scientific advisor, my CV advisor told me that university grades don't matter too much unless you're trying to go to a really prestigious schooling. Which, I mean, there's some that I've signed up for, which, don't get me wrong, I feel like they're losing tickets, but hey, still gonna shoot for the moon, I guess, right? So, there's that, but again, I don't want to flunk my exams. So I did study for them. I studied like 3 days, no sleeps, just no food, just eating, no eating, no sleeping, just studying 3 days straight, and I completely fucked my exams because that's what I usually do. So we did that, and there were also assignments. There were like every week I had to like write like 2 different, what was it? Freaking not papers, but like assignments, reports basically about some experiments that I did for biology. There's that I had to do. So I did that, all of this, fuck me. All of that finished, done. One last thing left. Not really one last thing, there's 2 things left. There's one, writing my CVs and trying to send out more letters since my first batch came in. Trying to go for a second batch now. And, yes, finally doing my graduation paper. Actual presentation, very important. So, what we're gonna be doing tomorrow is, on Friday, I have to present this material in front of, like, every other student in my grade and the students below it. So, since I'm in 4th grade university right now, all the 3rd graders and 4th graders that are about to present are all gonna be in the hallway. Not really hallway. There's gonna be a huge, like, what you call it, auditorium, and they're all gonna listen to me and my friend doing the presentation, alongside every other geology professor. And once we're done with our presentation, they'll start throwing us questions. And I've been, last year, I did watch my seniors take their paper presentations, and I kid you not, when the professors were eating them up alive, so... I genuinely do think we're kind of fucked, but then again, I do think that me and my friend did a very good job with our paper, right? Our dissection, our dissertation about the Cambrian sediment has been excellent. Everything has been going completely fine. Very beautiful. The diagrams are perfect. Mwah! Chef's kiss drawn by me. Yeah, I even got my drawing tablet. Remember how I did the drawing stream? Yeah, the reason I got the tablet was to make the illustrations for our graduation paper. So this better be worth it. So we did that. My friend wrote the text. I translated English scientific like manuscripts and papers for him. I went over some of the science stuff, some of the paleo stuff. We made these, like, we grinded up rocks. Remember that? Remember that? When after stream, I went on Discord and talked with you guys while grinding up rocks? That's for this! All this that I've done for the past, like, 4 years leads up to this one thing, and I'm barely prepared. So, tomorrow, I'm gonna be doing my last rehearsal in front of you guys in English. Although, technically speaking, I should probably be doing that in Korean. I don't think if I would be doing that in Korean, nobody would understand it, so I'm gonna be doing that in English, because, well, at least if the professor starts eating me alive with questions, at least I can reply in English, right? Not so sure if that's gonna be giving the crazy kid syndrome or a hidden genius syndrome, but, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a crazy sight when I revert to my English default programming in my brain. So, very fun stuff. We're gonna be doing that beautiful presentation about the Cambrian sediment of the Digi Formation in, South Korea tomorrow. Very fun. Yeah, so today, it's been like 26 minutes, so it's about the time for us to talk about what the fuck happened. So I've been frozen in ice for the past, like, 2 weeks and a half. Can we just make a list on all the things we've missed? Like, because there is so much that I missed. Like, oh my god. Like, the one thing that I definitely didn't notice, since, for today, is that, like, I only didn't stream for 2 weeks. And I've missed so much. What did I miss? Okay, bring up the notepad, Lopho. What the frick did I miss? Okay, list everything, right? Alright, so first, Ark has Megaraptor now. Fear Evolved. Jurassic World Evolution 3 came out. I did buy the game, pre-ordered it, don't worry. I haven't played it yet. I haven't even opened it yet, so that's gonna be full of a surprise. What else did they? Didn't Dead Sound make a video about the Dilophosaurus? I haven't watched that as well. I'm actually gonna watch this today with you guys. Dead Sound, Dilophosaurus. Primal Carnage actually had an update. Tupa does barrel roll now, apparently. They also had a collab with some, what was it? They also had a collab with Pinball, which is really cool. Yeah, I actually want to look this up. I actually want to see this. So yeah, Primal Carnage is Pinball now. Yeah. What else did, Dino Blade demo, yes. Nanotyrannus is fucking real now. Like, what the fuck? Like, it also literally came out on Halloween too, right? Like, it was truly the Night of the Dead, huh? So Nanotyrannus is real. So what else is there? Is that it? There's more, right? What else is there? Is that it? I feel like that I've missed out more. Oh yes, Edmontosaurus. Edmontosaurus has now a sale. And like apparently we found the fossils of them getting laid. Apparently, mating fossil. Apparently, we got that. What else is there? What else happened? Right, hold up. So, and Montosaurus is a thing. Oh yes, the Nightfall. Yes. We're gonna be watching this today as well. Nightfall, short film. And you guys probably won't know this, but Yu-Gi-Oh! Revealed new dinosaurs. Right. So, and apparently one of them is actually a Dilophosaurus. So Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually has Dilophosaurus now. I'm so fucking hyped for this. So, yeah, a lot of Dilophosaurus related stuff actually. Okay, what else? There's still gotta be more, right? Like, I feel like this isn't it. What else happened? Oh wait, did Glacier get released? Wait! It's out? No, it's not out yet. Okay. No, it comes out next year. Okay, never mind. Thank God. I'm. This is like the one. Honestly, this is like the game I'm most excited for right now. So, okay. So Nightfall. What else is there? Wait, Night of the Extinct is out?
Where am I?
Wait, it's out? Huh? I thought it wasn't out. Oh my God. Okay, it's out. What? Okay. Right, you know what? Just go on Steam. Search up Dinosaur. Dino Blade. Oh yeah, Deathground. Yes, Deathground is out. Yes. Right. Deathground. And I think like that's about it, right? Right? I mean this. So how many things is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. I've been away for 2 weeks and a half. Almost something happened every day in which I wasn't there. Well, of course, there are some things that happened during the same day, right? I think Dino Blade and Nano Tyrannus came out on the same day. But, like, literally, minus, like, a couple, 3 or 4 days, literally every single day, the moment I stopped streaming, something happened. Yeah, so, I guess we can start by watching the new, Death Sound, I guess? We'll start off with that. You know what? We'll actually watch, a lot of Death Sound stuff, right? So today, I'm not gonna be, like, I was thinking about playing the Dino Blade demo. I'm not actually quite sure how long the demo is. Let me quickly look that up. Because, like, unless the demo is, like, only, like, 30 minutes long, I kind of want to do that on a different stream. It's about, like, an hour. We're probably not gonna be, we won't have enough time. Today's gonna be a very short stream. I need to prepare tomorrow's stream, which is presenting the science, my graduation paper, so. No, we can't, we'll play Dino Blade on Friday, right? Because a Friday is where everything ends. On Friday, I don't have to do anything. And now the only thing left is like CVs to the university stuff, but I can do that alongside streaming. So, so yes, Death Sound. Let's watch some Death Sound videos. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't even watched Terrible Lizards. Guys, shall we start watching Terrible Lizards? Let's start with that.
Attention video creators, go to Artlist and start generating cinematic videos. Now it feels great.
Oh my god, go away, AI. AI bad! Right. Video time, let's put that at 1.5, right? Like, we don't want to spend, like, too long here. Alright, let's see what this is about. It's Crystal Palace stuff. Well, although we kind of saw that coming, didn't we? Oh my god, they're doing that pose! It's a reference to Crystal Palace, holy shit! Oh my god, that's a weird-ass Heliosaurus. It really makes you wonder, how the hell did people think the dinosaurs look like that? They look so much weirder. But then again, I'm pretty sure Richard Owen would freak the hell out if he saw Jurassic Park. You know, Richard Owen was actually really against the idea of having bipedal dinosaurs. He thought that dinosaurs were like too big or something to be bipedal. What do you think? Honestly, I honestly think that Richard Owen would be really pissed at when he saw Jurassic Park. He'd be like, "There's no freaking way that's happening. The T-Rexes need to be quarterpedal." It's Gwangi! Use your thumb! Yeah, tell thumb, get the thumb! I guess now we're on to the modern area of dinosaurs. And there we go. Thumb spike attack. Does that Megalosaurus have pronated arms? Oh, it isn't modern just yet. It's like the next stage. Of course. There it is. There's an additional step. You know, I do like it, that little twist. You'd think the dinosaurs are over in stage 3. Because usually in dinosaur books, that's as far as the science goes. But then you realize there's another stage now. Paleontology has moved on. We got feathers now, and Iguanodon looks just slightly different. Beautiful. I liked it very much. Okay. Finally I ended up watching this. That was really great. I did like the great twist of there being another stage. Okay, so let's move on to Hunted by Moonlight. So everyone is saying that this is awesome, right? I haven't seen it yet, so yeah, this is gonna be very interesting. So I love how I can see how they changed the thumbnail. They decided to like mirror the change, mirror the thumbnail, and they thought that was good enough. Right. Here we go. Hunted by Moonlight. So this is where I guess the Lophosaurus is here. This is where it's me time, guys. Oh, what is that? Is that an Ankylosaur? Oh, I like that. Although, to be fair, Twitter did spoil me this. Those aren't Ankylosaurs though, right? There's something else. I can't quite remember, but there's like a species of sauropod that lived alongside the Lophosaurus. It's probably not Ankylosaurus, it was like something else. We got Scuttlosaurs. Sarosaurus, yes, that's the one. I said Ankylosaurus because of what was it when dinosaurs roamed America, I suppose. I think back then they were considered Ankylosaurs, right? Like it's like a Uruk Nuluk thing where they thought they were the same species, but turns out they're a different thing. Although I'm not so sure if Uruk Nuluk is still valid. I love the music. So, like, a long time ago, they used to have, like, different, used to, like, use, like, regular music, but now I think he has, like, his own composer now. Oh. There's two of them. I don't know which is the male and which is the female. Usually in like videos, like older documentaries, the one with the bigger crest is the male, but nowadays you can't really be too sure. Because there's even a lot of birds where the females are actually colorful. Bro just held down Q there for a second. Where's the third one? Wasn't there 3 of y'all? Oh no! Oh, come on, you ate that Saurosaurus. Now he's going for that as well? What a bully. No, he lost his friends, he lost his family, he lost everything. Oh no! Oh my god! Insert joke about dogshit walking simulators and their custom server rules.
Stop taking meeting
What?
notes and click up AI note
The
taking
hell?
for you. It allows you to focus on
What's
your
with all
meetings,
these
not your
AI tool ads? So many of these nowadays. And there it is, hunted by moonlight. Okay, so what happened to the first guy? The first guy, they ate the mushrooms. Did he like die? Like it was. Am I just media illiterate or something? Oh no, the other one went back. Okay, that's what happened. All right. That's the one that was there at the end. Okay. I see. Media literacy solved. Hooray. It is very interesting though, the way, like, especially the way he portrayed, like, the Lophosaurus. Like, I don't know, it kind of feels weird. especially with everything else, like Dead Sound has done with his other works with dinosaurs. Like, I think one of, like, the main rules, like, not really rules, but, like, the main, like, aesthetic of his series was that none of the animals that was, like, really villainified. Basically, even the T-Rex. They, like, I remember him talking something about the T-Rex not being, like, they didn't show him, like, hunts, like, a proper hunt, because he felt like that would make it to Monsterize or something like that. Or something like, I don't know, I might be remembering things wrong. But the one thing, kind of the rule, basically, that he had going with, at least up to the first series, was the fact that, like, he didn't really turn any of the creatures into monsters, right? And I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a Dilophosaurus myself, but the Dilophosaurus doesn't seem to be, like, too animalified, in a sense. Right? It definitely gives more of an antagonist vibe than of any other, like, dinosaur we've seen in the series so far. Like, of course, he didn't do anything like Two Monsters, right? He didn't do anything monster movie bullshit. He didn't, like, pour himself a bucket of lava and start becoming fireproof, right? So, but minus that, like, not minus that, what do you mean by that? But, like, generally, of course, the behavior was like an animal, but, like, the way, like, I'd be correct if I said that the Dilophosaurus had an antagonistic role. Or else, with, what was it? The one with the Lambeosaurus video. What was that video called? The video with the Lambeosaurus and the Daspletosaurus. Even in that video, they showed the Lambeosaurus being eaten by the Daspletosaurus, but it was passed off as, like, a part of life, basically. Because later you end up seeing a more ancient spring, yes. This one, and you saw like, Albertus or Gorgosaur, or Daspletosaurus later, with his eggs, right? And then you can see, like, oh yeah, they're just a part of life, but with Dilophosaurus, this wasn't really a thing, right? But then again, I guess you could say that, I can't remember for our Frozen past, but I guess in this sense, even the Gorgosaurs were kinda antagonistic there as well, so I suppose there isn't anything, like, too necessarily wrong, but it's just something I've observed in a sense, I suppose. But yeah, we could go and watch the making videos of it. Honestly, the making videos are usually just as fun as the videos themselves. Although that's like 40 minutes, and the stream is only gonna be like an extra hour long. So, we might come back to this once we finish watching and like checking off the rest of our checklist today. Okay, so what else do we have? A Nightfall. Yes, let's watch Nightfall. All right. Alright guys, Nightfall, a dinosaur horror short film. Let's go. Pine Ridge Anthology. Oh yeah, shit, I didn't wait, hold up. I didn't actually watch the Dinosaurs one before this. I never watched any of their videos. Oh, they are also the ones that made the Forgotten Bloodlines. Oh, they are also the ones that made this. Are they the ones that made the baryonyx thing as well? Oh wow, okay, I had no idea. I guess we'll watch the hatchling first, guys, because we haven't watched, like, they say it's like, it's a part of this, right? So we should probably watch this first. Okay. I should really get an ad blocker. I just couldn't be bothered. Right. The hatchling. Let's watch that first.
Avery, your mom just pulled into the garage. It's now or never.
Alright, they're getting the big guns out. Wait, isn't that like the logo from like Jurassic World?
No! Shit! Where's Avery? Avery, what do you got? Gotta go right now! Right now!
Almost done, 2 more minutes.
I don't have 2 minutes.
DFW just pulled up.
I can't believe I got dragged into this.
Remember, quick, clean, and no drama.
Wait, is this part of Jurassic World? Is it like a Jurassic World fan movie? I've been told that it
You
isn't.
can hear him up here, they can definitely hear him up there.
I know. Okay, be down here as soon as you're ready to go.
Hey, Bill, we're going in. Can we get the front? I made a call to Channel 1.
Senator, I'm really not seeing how important this is.
We need to close the private property loophole. If people are incentivized to keep these animals...
What have you done, Avery? Mom, I don't know what you have done. Oh God, are you trying to get me fired? It's our fault that he got separated. We just need to get him back.
Absolutely not! You know they don't belong here.
Where do they belong, Mom?
I don't know, Avery. Maybe the Cretaceous period? Avery, you know these things are damaging our ecosystems. Think about the effects they can have years down the line. We are turning this in right now. Mom.
Oh wow. More significant dialogue than the entire rest of the Jurassic World franchise.
So now you're cool with the doorbell? Great. Sweet.
I need you to understand my daughter means well. She really should know much better.
Ma'am, we're only here to collect the animal. May we enter?
Can I see your identification?
Go that way now! Avery, what do we do?
Gabby? Come on, why me? Gabby!
Hey, you! Easy, watch it. Ah, shit! Come on, let's move.
Are you sure she's gonna be?
She'll be here.
Sorry about the hold-up, critters. Had to squeeze in a quick tour back at the property.
So is this part of the is this like a Jurassic Park fan film?
Burning daylight, y'all. I'm not thrilled about leaving sweet baby Teen in the truck for so long. Let's keep moving.
Think they can hear him crying from here?
With all that noise, I'm sure everything for miles can. We're pretty close, but we ought to get a bit further.
Exactly how close is close enough in this type of situation?
Relax. We should be upwind of them from here. And believe me, we'll be smelling them well before we see them.
That kind of looks like the PNSO Dinosaurs.
All right. It's action time. Easy does it.
Oh, there's more than one.
What's going on down there, girl?
I'm trying. It's stuck.
Avery, you need to open it right now! Now!
All right. It's not all right.
Avery!
Easy. That's right. And I think we better go a little faster. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Okay.
Take the cage! God, the kids nowadays spilling trash and letting invasive species go wild.
So you know where to find them. And hey, if Mom and Pa hatch more of those little ones, I know a guy in Florida who'd love to buy them. This whole operation has really expanded that catch.
Hold on. You can't be serious.
What the hell, Tammy? We just risked everything to get Ralph here, and it was just about the money for you?
Listen, I'm keeping them safe here, and a kid like this isn't cheap. I got mouths to feed, including animals.
How is shipping hatchlings off to Florida keeping them safe?
I understand what you're saying, I do, but the world's changing. I'm talking about more jobs, more animals that we can help. This is our chance for the whole town not to be left in the dust like some forgotten fossil.
Ah, there's a Suchomimus. Did they? Oh, they ate the dog! That's what happened. Alright, so that was the first episode of The Hatchling. Okay, so now let's move on to the next sequel, Nightfall. Let's see what this is all about.
The new AI in town.
We're not afraid. Artless.
This one's also quite a bit of length longer than the previous one. Sequences of violence, blood, and peril. The film has not been rated. Well, it's on YouTube. That's all I need to know.
Okay, I'll go too.
Oh, shit.
Happy birthday. Na 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 na.
But what's this universe canon, right? The way they talked about dinosaurs earlier is that they did mention, in a sense, that dinosaurs don't belong in the world. So, is this just again another case of frog DNA, or like, do they just evolve alongside with this? Like, what's the story here?
Look at that. They're singing to you too. You're back early?
Copy, we're sending out the alert right now.
Thank you. Never seen one like this before. That's gotta be what, like a dromaeosaur or something?
What'd you think? Can you get it to clock?
Hello, Weesh. How's it going? Watching like the new Nightfall thing. Well, by new I mean like a week. Found its claw. What do you mean they just found a raptor claw just lying
Still
around?
visiting us, right?
Do you think it's like some kind of like fingernail?
Oh, me again.
I'm gonna get you next time. Lock.
Oh.
This is not a test. This is an alert from the Prehistoric Ordnance Department. A biological anomaly has been confirmed within the town perimeter. For your safety, remain indoors. Lock all doors and windows. Avoid all outdoor areas until further notice. Pod authorities are assessing the situation. Please stay tuned to this channel.
Tell him! Just give me the keys, we're getting... You're giving me shit for taking him out of here. It's been 8 years.
What am I supposed to do? I never get to see her. I miss her. I want to see my daughter. Can you blame me? I just want to see her.
Hey!
Let's not take up Rogos, yeah?
Dominic, I swear to God.
Especially your daughter in the picture. Hey, guys.
Keep pushing me to it.
Devin, come on. Would you give us a minute?
Is he here?
Please. It's family, man. You want to keep her safe? I am trying to keep him happy.
Please
Do not say I am putting him
You
first.
are.
I am not here. This town is not safe. All right? These families are not safe.
What about our family? Because after all that shit he did, you never once said he was working here. And by the way, real nice, real nice.
You act like she can't breathe without you. You leave her alone all the time, right? Like at school?
No, they're monsters at school.
No, but I don't know. People can be like mean sometimes, right?
Oh my God.
All right, maybe that wasn't the best example, but they're not out to get you, all right? They're not monsters. They are animals.
She's here.
Oh, thank God. You okay? What's going on?
There it is! The Chillabator!
Listen to me.
How do I know? They posted it about on Twitter.
No sudden movements. We're okay. Easy.
Now. Are you hurt? What's wrong?
That wasn't me.
Stay inside. What do you mean you're gonna go out and get the bag? Just stay inside. Jesus Christ. And what are they gonna do? Start opening car doors? Well, maybe they got frog DNA, so they could literally be spitting and breathing fire. Oh no! They got the arm! Oh, they can open the doors!
Christ! Come
What the hell? Okay, now it's okay? What do you mean? It's been like 10 seconds.
Annie. Cal. Annie, look at me. Look at me. Hey, Annie.
Alright, it's all you. Oh, well, now he's gone.
Stupid son of a bitch.
Stay with me. Come on.
There you go. Deep breath. There you go. There you go. Hey.
Man, look at that. The graphics are really amazing. They really, like, back in like the 2010s or so, when like somebody would like make like an indie animation about like dinosaurs, something like this in a sense. Like that and like movies that were released in the very similar times, like Jurassic World. There'd be quite a lot of graphic difference between that. But nowadays, like big screen movies like Jurassic World and movies like indie movies like these, there isn't that big of a graphics difference nowadays. Alright, there we go. That was Nightfall. So why was there an egg there? Did the man steal it? I guess he did. That's why they're here. Although, like, how much, how well do you think dinosaurs care for their eggs, right? Because, like, I think, like, we've seen this in a very similar sense in Jurassic Park 2. And we've seen a lot of movies where, like, big parent dinosaur comes after a baby dinosaur. Like, I guess the second movie from the, what was it? Land Before Time? The big T-Rexes came after Tromper as well. What's another one? There was, like, another big thing. I guess, in a sense, also Dinosaur King had Maiasaur chasing after its egg. Like, there were a lot of, like, movies where the trope is parent dino goes after, like, egg. Right? But, like, how accurate do you think the dinosaurs would act towards their egg being stolen? Like, because it's a lot different, right? Like, because I'm assuming if a dinosaur had, like, the egg hatched and we had a baby, right? Considering that, like, for example, right? Of course, not every egg that's gonna be laid, is gonna hatch, right? So, like, what do you think how, like, much the parent cared about, like, an individual dinosaur egg or an individual baby? Like, I don't know, like, because bears are very good parents. If somebody takes, like, a bear cub, mama bear is gonna be like come after them, right? But, like, if you take, like, an egg from a chicken, the chicken doesn't go, like, after your egg, right? Like, it's not gonna chase you down the hall because you stole its egg, right? Like, I mean, it does. It's not like they're just gonna let the egg be taken. Of course, they're gonna resist, but, like, once you've taken the egg, I don't think chicken is gonna go, here's Johnny mode for your eggs, right? I don't think that's no longer a thing. Oh, there's a Sauropelta? What? There's a Sauropelta in the movie? That I did not see a Sauropelta. What, maybe there was like a Hadrosaur or something in the background. Maybe that's one. I think, yeah, that's the Sauropelta, right? So, yeah. I guess, yeah, that was, Nightfall. Let's actually read the comments. Let's see what they said. First, Tears of the Mountain, then Hunted by Moonlight, and then we have Nightfall. Tears of the Mountain? What is Tears of the Mountain? I've not seen that yet. Wait, is there another thing that I've missed? It wasn't on their channel. Oh, yeah, right. Tears of the Mountain. That came out as well. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, gotta add that list to the, things we missed. Right. It's not the same story, universe, I think, as these ones, but, yeah, we gotta see that. Right, so... Great touch with the Dromaeosaurs mimicking the girl's screams, similar to mountain lions. Wait, do mountain lions mimic human screams? I did not know that. Did they even mimic sounds? I guess they did mimic the girl's voice sounds, I suppose. And sincerely hope that Dromaeosaurs mimicking voices becomes a new trend for dinosaur media. Like, I feel like if this trope is overused too quickly, it's gonna get very, like, it's gonna be very overdone. But, like, it's a very good concept. Just make sure not to overdo it, I suppose. This is how you do dinosaur horror. Yeah, it was pretty cool, I'd say. Nice nod to these other dinosaur horrors. I guess it's like mimicking the girls. What's even the first that did this trend? I'm not even so sure. But, like, it's a cool concept. But like one of my friends told me that he read a manga where there were like it was like this weird fantasy manga, but they had dinosaurs there as well. The dinosaurs that were like mimicking humans is what he told me. And that was like 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, I guess that's like the oldest thing we've heard, right? All right, so that was Nightfall. Very nice. Okay, so now let's watch the other Tears of the Mountain thing. So this is like more fantasy from what I've been told. It came out 2 weeks ago. Tears of the Mountain. Another dinosaur indie film. Gotta love how Dinosauria did kind of kickstart this whole, like, indie animation with dinosaurs thing. Very good. We need more of this.
A beast lives in the heart of the mountain with feathers as white as snow. I have clients who'd pay a fortune for its pelt. Bring it to me, and you'll never have to hunt again.
Ooh. Here's the man.
Jaya, you're back. Tea's ready.
Thanks, Amala. I have a hunt that'll finally get us some money.
Great mountain spirit, please accept our offering and guide Mother's soul to the open sky.
Oh, and now we're gonna kill it.
Prayers won't put food on the table. When I get back...
Something about God makes dinosaurs and dinosaurs eat man and women kill dinosaurs,
Where
right?
are you going?
To the mountain.
Jaya, it's forbidden. Mom used to say it's protected by the mountain spirit.
Yeah, we're gonna go kill it.
Stay inside, Amala. It's going to snow.
These huts kind of remind me of like Mongolian huts. Is this based on like Mongolian? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a cow.
It's close.
Amala?
Jaya, you can't kill it! Mom said the mountain spirit is sacred. It's the...
I told you to stay inside.
Please, let's just go back home.
We can't go back. The beast is close now, and there are others after it.
Exactly. If you aren't gonna kill the god, somebody else is gonna kill God.
Jaya, you don't understand.
That's just the way gods work.
Mountain spirit. What will happen to Mom?
Amala, when will you understand? Mom is gone!
No!
Amala! Come back!
Shh! Jaya, look.
There it is! Oh, I thought it was a Nanosaurus. It's a Utyrannus. That makes more sense for the Mongolian background. I was about to say, Nanosaurus doesn't fit with the Mongolian trend that I've been seeing with the vibes. Lure them into its area.
Amala, I am sorry.
There it is. Nice. I like how this was a lot more calmer. Really shows the difference of, I guess, different flavors of dinosaur movies. We had one with baby dinosaurs, we had one with horror dinosaurs, and this one's more poetic in a sense. This was made by, I think it was made by France, right? Paris, yes. So this is from, France. The dinosaur in the short is Utyrannus, which is the largest dinosaur with fossil evidence of feathers. Which is wrong! I think that's Dinosaurus now. Yes. With the direct evidence, yes, but Dinosaurus is pygostyle, which is pretty much feathers. So that's basically parts of the bone, holes where the feathers go in. So it's pretty much a direct evidence of them being feathered. The reason this disappeared was because it went over its own steps. This is a tactic some animals like deers and hares use when they're being chased and cannot lose their predator. They do this to confuse them. I don't know. Can dinosaurs even do that? Like, yeah, this is like one. I think this is something that has been brought up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, by the way, when I talk about these things, I'm not talking in this in a sense that, oh no, this movie is bad because it didn't do that or did that. I freaking enjoyed this a lot. I'm just saying, I'm just asking questions out of like scientific curiosity than a criticism of it, okay? In case you guys are wondering, I can't believe I have to say this, but nowadays there's everyone who interprets it differently. So, because from what I've been told, from what I've heard, again. Okay, quick. Okay, can ostriches walk backwards? Because I've been told that they can't. Oh, no. Ostriches can walk back. Unlike the emus. Emus can't walk back. Yes. So, yeah, emus can't walk back. Okay, so... the reason I've been saying this was that maybe, like, I don't even know if dinosaurs can actually walk backwards. They hop. Well, emus don't hop. There's the presence of a thick, long, and muscular tail. That doesn't really work with dinosaurs, right? Because they got the tails, like, up instead of, like kangaroos, which is touching the ground. Well, what's the difference between an ostrich and an emu leg? Knee joint and leg structure, which is built for forward movement. Well then, is there a leg? Is there like a bone or something that I can see? I mean, the emu leg does look very similar to that of a dinosaur, but I mean, emu is a species of dinosaur. What do you mean it can't, like, but what do you mean ostriches can, but emus can't? Is that why? Is it because they only have a very small, like, tibia? Or whatever this bone is called? Because with dinosaurs, this bone is a lot longer. Let's look at an ostrich-like bone. No, it's a femur, right? The tibia is like the one over there, right? No, I mean, I think they look very similar. Why can't ostriches walk backwards, but emus can? Okay, I'm confused, guys. Let me know. Stream is down for a bit? Due to privacy violation? I have no idea. I mean, we are watching things on YouTube, so maybe that's why. I wouldn't be too surprised. Let me go quickly check up on YouTube. I mean, I've been watching the stream on my phone. No, nothing really happened. Let me know if something goes wrong, but I've been watching the stream at the same time on my phone, and it's working just fine, so... Let me see. Yeah. Due to, yeah, I have no idea. I mean, it's working fine on my end. Huh. Yeah, it's working fine. I've no idea what happened. Huh. Well, I don't really do a lot of watch-along streams, and suddenly I did one. So maybe YouTube's just going crazy, but it's working now. So I guess we'll figure it out once I get the... I get, like, notifications, right? I don't have any notifications, so... Hi. And there's no restrictions. It was for a short bit. Okay, well that's fine. Okay, that's great. Alright, so we watched Tears of the Mountain. We watched the Hatchling, and we watched the Nightfall. All very fine, stuff, right. So what else do we have? Primal Carnage, Dead Sand, the Lophosaurus, we did that. Jurassic World Evolution 3 came out. I guess we couldn't take a look. I mean, we aren't gonna play the game now, but just know that I have this. I did buy it on, when did I buy the game? I bought it some time ago. I don't even know. Right, oh my god. Tio already passed 87 hours in this game? Crazy. Is it DLC that I have to buy? No, we already got everything. Good. Okay. So we got Jurassic World Evolution 3. We got all the DLCs. So, yeah. Jurassic World Evolution 3. I've yet to play it. I guess that means Jurassic World Evolution 2, our gameplay series, is now officially fucking dead. It's a shame, really. I have no one to blame but myself. I should have made sure to plan our park accordingly. But I guess, like, the fact that I had to write my CVs for graduate school, it was just too much. Like, because Jurassic World Evolution 2 wasn't even, like, a game that I can, like, stream for, like, an hour or two. Like, if I started streaming this, I had to play, like, 5 hours on it. And it just wasn't feasible. But yeah, I guess this is a good sentiment to how many dinosaurs a game needs, right? And the answer with Jurassic World Evolution was that it's just too many. And the game only had 122 dinosaurs. So, yeah, if somebody decides to think that adding more dinosaurs is important than actual, like, focusing on management, well, there's the answer to that. And also, recently, I've been getting a really big taste for RimWorld. I really want to play fucking RimWorld, but I just haven't been able to play the damn game because they still haven't updated, like, what was it, the Monster Hunter mod. Or is it? Yeah, they still haven't updated it. Like, what the hell? Jesus Christ, it can't be this hard. But yes, yeah, because RimWorld has like this huge update. I'm probably gonna overhaul everything. Overhaul all the mod lists, and I actually have been updating on my mod list, but the problem is that dinosaurs don't work. And there's no point in playing literally any game if the game itself does not have a dinosaur on it. Which is a shame, because RimWorld is, well, like, one of the, I'd say it's like the game I've actually put in the most hours in. How many hours? I got 1,400 hours in. That's like the most. I have more hours in RimWorld than I have on Ark Survival Ascended. What the hell? Is RimWorld my most played game? What about Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh's got 800. Oh yeah, I genuinely think, oh yeah, I think RimWorld might be like my most played game by like a mile. That's actually kind of impressive. I thought it was Ark. Never mind, it's RimWorld actually. But anyways, yes, I really want to play this considering it's like probably my favorite game. But yeah, I just don't have it. Like freaking Biomes Island still hasn't updated, so I can't get any of the plesiosaurs in the game. Because right now the developers are busy like fixing what? Like Biomes Caverns? Which is like the one mod that I don't use because it doesn't have anything. So yeah, sucks. There's some stuff that did update. I think Regrowth updated with their dinosaurs. Megafauna updated. I think pretty much all the dinosaurs are actually, yeah, they're pretty much in the game. I'm just waiting for the Monster Hunter one to be done. And of course, Biomes and Islands need to be done so I can get the damn pliosaurs into the game. Although, I will be honest, I don't think it's gonna matter a lot. Since pliosaurs, like, even when we are playing the game, plesiosaurs and pliosaurs and ichthyosaurs, like, they rarely ever came up. So, it's not really gonna be a thing that's gonna matter too much in the big end, but I do want to have, like, start the game with as many dinosaurs as possible. That's the thing. I think they did actually add in some new stuff, right? There's, like, a new mod in town. Was it like megafauna? There's like one with like a new, yeah, this one. Mythic Ages. I have no idea what the mod does, but apparently they added more Cenozoic prehistoric animals. They got like Smilodon. They got some giant longhorn bison from like Ark. And we got like Titanus. Like if they got fucking Titanus, you know I gotta get the mod. They also got like more like zombie megalosauruses and stuff. It's all in all, they look pretty cool. So we got Plasteel Mammoth, the Deer Moss, the Scarodon, the Furpotamus, the Duskord, and the Rapticon. The Hellboar and the Harpy Eagle. Diahorse, Gnot, Spore Mole, Warren, and the Dunbear. They're like all based off like prehistoric animals, so that's pretty cool. I do think RimWorld does need more dinosaurs. Like, it's a shame that we don't have that many dinosaur mods for RimWorld. We got Dinosauria, we got Jurassic World, and we have biomes. Those three is everything. Like, we really need more dinosaur mods, guys. Right? Like, make dinosaur mods for RimWorld, not Jurassic World Evolution. Okay, but anyways, I've been rambling about bullshit that nobody gives a jack shit about, so let's actually focus on things that's more important. Like, yes, what the hell happened over here? Like, why is Nanotyrannus real? Let's talk about this for a moment. Nanotyrannus is real. Right, Nanotyrannus is real now. Holy shit. Okay, so let's see. Alright, so let's go over this thread that summarizes everything regarding our new discovery. And the biggest rival of Jurassic Fight Club is back. Let's see what we can learn from it. Right, so for paleontologists and dino fans, Nanotyrannus needs no introduction. It's the one that shall not be named. This unassuming little skull is the unlikely focus of the most infamous debate in paleontology. Is it its own species, or is it a young T-Rex? It seems like a simple question, but it's been very hard to solve. I won't go into the background about the debate here, but just to say, Nanotyrannus has been debated where it's like an adult or baby. There has been some suggestions thrown here and there saying that the fossils of Nanotyrannus' bones were showing signs that it was like a juvenile. It had like the teeth were different. It had a different jaw structure. And like stuff like that. So like there had been a lot of debates. But paleontologists have argued for decades about whether Nanotyrannus is a real dinosaur or not, and the debate has often been acrimonious. But the consensus was, until today, that these small theropod dinosaurs are T-Rex teenagers, and this became a foundational assumption in many, many studies on T-Rex. Now it lived, evolved, and grew. But today, in our new paper, Lindsay Zano and I have shown that science got this one wrong. Nanotyrannus was not the juvenile form of T-Rex. It was its own species of sleek, speedy predator that lived alongside T-Rex at the twilight of the age of dinosaurs. How do we prove it? The right combination of exceptional new fossil, dueling dinosaurs Tyrannosaur, and laser-focused science using multiple lines of evidence to test different hypotheses and lead us to the truth. The dueling dinosaurs are a pair of exceptionally preserved dinosaurs, a Triceratops and, as we know, a Nanotyrannus. The Nano is spectacularly complete, 100%. Yes. So, what a complete game changer, right? It one day, like last week, it didn't even exist. Now it's the most well-preserved dinosaur of all time. Like, what a crazy change, right? Every bone of its body is present, and those bones brought new data to an old debate. For one, its hands. The hands of Nanotyrannus have never been discovered before the DD Nano. They're huge. Some bones are twice as long as the same bones as in T-Rex. The claws are enormous and hooked, and the finger bones have well-developed muscle attachment sites. We think Nanotyrannus still uses hands for hunting, at least a little, but they do show a sign of the evolutionary arm reduction that define other Tyrannosaur species. A vesicle third finger represented by only a single finger bone. There it is. You can see it. There you go. T-Rex famously only had 2 fingers, but Nanotyrannus technically still had 3. Bones don't shrink or vanish during growth, so the huge hands of bonus finger of the DD Nano showed us clearly that the animal couldn't be a young T-Rex. True, we just don't lose bones. That's just not something that happened. Second, Nanotyrannus has features of its skull that do not change during growth in other Tyrannosaurs, and which we think cannot change during growth in any reptile. For example, Nanotyrannus famously has a sinus in the quadrijugal bone, which is this bone. I'm not quite sure where it goes in. But they say jugal, so I'm assuming like it's a part of like their jaw. Maybe it's like this part, maybe? I think it might be. I think I can see the hole. But then again, I just might be missing things. Which need to be vanished during growth if it's a T-Rex. If anything, sinuses get bigger during growth. My PhD work on living crocodilians showed that presence of or absences of sinuses in particular bones is useful for species identification, even for tiny hatchling. Nanotyrannus has way more teeth in his jaws, up to 17 in the DD skull, and as few as 15. T-Rex never has more than 12 teeth. What? It never has more than 12 teeth? Really? Huh, I thought there'd be more. I guess they're, like, maybe they're talking about, like, a single row of. Despite many claims to the contrary, Tyrannosaurs do not lose teeth as they grow. For instance, Nugogosaurus shows consistent variation between 13 and 15 maxillary teeth, and Tarbosaurus' adults have 13 maxillary teeth, just like the adorable 3-year-old baby Tarbosaurus. Hey, it's Shenshen. Yeah, Shenshen the Vivosaur. The baby Tarbosaur that was discovered in 2011. Tooth number is individually, not ontogenically variable. In 1999, Thomas Carr justified Tyrannosaur tooth loss with crocodilians, which he last said lost teeth during growth as well. But they don't. My own work on alligators found no evidence of growth-related tooth loss, and the studies Carr cited don't support his claim. They're talking about a very particular circumstance where overgrowth of a tooth from the lower jaw erodes away and destroys the socket for a tooth at the tip of the snout. It's common, but it's not a seamless reduction in number of teeth. Because, well, the lower one grew, destroying the upper one, so it's just one that's missing. It didn't, like, lose it later. And again, tooth count is set by birth. In fact, long before birth. The cell population that eventually formed tooth sockets in the jaws are there before the jaws themselves. There's no evidence for some positions closing up in any living or extinct animal. Some very odd theropods, distantly related to Tyrannosaurs, did entirely replace their teeth with beaks during growth. I read that, and I actually no idea what this species is. Is this like, is he talking about Limosaurs? The baby Limosaurs have teeth? Is that true, guys? Hold up. Yes, it is Limosaurs. The dinosaur Limosaur lost its teeth as it aged, a process called ontogenic edentalism. Juvenile Limosaurs had sharp teeth and likely more omnivore or carnivore style, but as they matured, they shed all their teeth and developed a toothless beak. That's true, it is indeed a Limosaur, but yes, in these species you can see an internal canal in the jaws, marking where the tooth roots had been. There it is, a very simplified diagram, I must say. Very cool. So far, all the evidence was against these two being the same species. The acquired growth changes were biologically impossible, at least according to our understanding of how development works and what was seen in close relatives of T-Rex. But in modern systematics, we identify species by the presence of unique, derived features called amorphoses, which show common ancestry, so we also needed to see if Nanotyrannus did have unique traits that it shared only with T-Rex. If it did, it would be evidence that they were either the same species or very close relatives. Carr had said that there were 13 of these traits, but Curious showed that only 12 of these were actually not unique to T-Rex and Nanotyrannus. Lindsay and I showed that the last one was also flawed. T-Rex and Nano both have very wide skulls, but the width is not directly comparable. In T-Rex, the skull is very wide, and it's over half the length of the skull. Yeah, look how wide it is. That's a wide boy. In Nano, the skull width is only less than half of its length. Yeah, long boy. So this isn't an amorphity, it's convergent evolution. As we continued our work, we found that Nanotyrannus lacked any diagnostic trait of T-Rex. Without amorphoses, there's no scientific justification to think these animals are all the same species. And finally, the growth record. I keep it short and sweet, the dueling dinosaur's Tyrannosaur was an adult when it died. And an accessory sinus in its palatine bone shared only with a nanotype specimen is the amorphy that we needed to identify it as an adult Nanotyrannus. So we had a dinosaur that no features that said it was a T-Rex, could not have changed during growth to look like a T-Rex, and was an adult that was done growing at the moment of its death. There was simply no possible way for it to be a juvenile T-Rex. There it is. There was one more fun wrinkle. We found that the Nanotyrannus species specimen Jane was different. Indeed, Jane is now a Nanotyrannus. From the DD Nano and the Nanotype specimen, we had trouble believing at first, but the conclusion was inescapable. It was another species. Jane had been the focus of the nano debate for years, and we recognized that it could always carry baggage of its controversy, so we gave it a name that symbolically washed all of that history away. Meet Nanotyrannus Lethius, named after the river Lethe of Greco-Roman mythology. Jane is from the Hell Creek Formation, so river of the mythological underworld was fitting. Even so, much so, because in the Agnete, Virgil presents the Lethe as the river that souls drink from to forget the past and lives and be reincarnated. I guess that's pretty fitting. Nanotyrannus Lethius seems to have been a larger dinosaur than Nanotyrannus lacensis. Even though Jane was not mature when she died, she was already slightly larger than the dueling dinosaur specimen. We estimate she could have gotten to be noticeably larger. So here's my question. Of course, I haven't read the paper, so I'm pretty much being armchair paleontologist here. Why is Jane also a Nanotyrannus? I guess because it has, like, the hole as well in the jaw? With the teeth number as well? But, like, maybe it's, like, a different dinosaur. I guess that's why they gave it a different species. But, like, who's to say that they're not even the same genus, right? We created a new phylogenetic data matrix to figure out the interrelationships of Tyrannosaurs and found that Nanotyrannus is a member of a very early diverging group of Tyrannosaurs. Well, let's see the graph. So where is a Nanotyrannus? There's like two graphics. There's the Nanotyrannuses. And it's closely related with Moros. That actually makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And another one put it more closely to Dryptosaurus and Apalachiosaurus. Both of them are pretty long-skulled tyrannosaurs with fairly big arms, so you know what? I can see their point. Their logic is valid. Alright. So what's like the method that they used? One of our analysis painted an even more intriguing idea that Nanotyrannus had its ancestry in the eastern half of North America and migrated into T-Rex territory as sea level fell and reconnected the two halves of the continent. We can't test this idea further. Okay, that's interesting. So, in a sense, Nanotyrannus and its relatives are the OG Tyrannosaurs that lived in America, and T-Rex is from Asia, like Thomas. Interesting. As proud of out-of-touch East Coaster, I'd love for Nanotyrannus to have originated here. We need to do a lot more science to know for sure and wait for the discovery of better fossils of East Coast dinosaurs. Regardless of lingering question, the recognition of a valid Nanotyrannus means we need to rethink a lot about what we know about T-Rex and its kin. We need to reevaluate every species, describe more fossils, and redo all the studies that assume Nano was invalid. Lots more remains to be done on the dueling dinosaurs, but for now we can say that the world of the last days of dinosaurs just got a lot more vibrant. Dinosaurs were in a long-term decline before the asteroid hit. They were innovating and diversifying right up to the end. Well, to be fair, we didn't know that. Before that end, I want to give a shout out to the amazing scientist that made all of this possible. Thank you so much for Lindsay. So she's the one who worked on it. Thank you very much. Okay, so honestly, what I would like to think about this is like, yeah, we've read a lot about the signs of Nanotyrannus, but what I would like to focus, like, because I'm not exactly a scientist, I'm more of an armchair scientist myself. My question that I throw into the ring is, like, in hindsight, it totally makes fucking sense. Like, because if you see Tyrannosaurs, assuming with the graph with the Nanotyrannus, the T-Rex always had a weird graph compared to, like, every other Tyrannosaur. If you look at the Spletosaurs, look at Gorgosaurs, look at Albertosaurs, and then you have Tyrannosaurs all the way over here, almost like an abnormal trait, right? It felt weird even from the start. We naturally assumed it was, like, something that T-Rex always just did, but no, it can't be, right? Why would this guy be any different? Like, we always thought that he was, like, the exception, but, like, if you make Nanotyrannus real, so much more starts making sense, because, like, why did we all think Hell Creek only had T-Rex as its predator? Yeah, we did have, like, the Tokoraptor, in quotations, right? The turtle. Well, it's not really a turtle, I just call it because funsies, but, like, we found Dromaeosaur bones. It's just not diagnostic enough to make it its own species. But we know for a fact that we had raptors, large raptors, living in the Hell Creek. We also had evidence of Anzu, another oviraptorid, which was pretty medium-sized. But you can kind of assume that it probably ate eggs and maybe some young baby dinosaurs as well, every now and then. So, and of course, there's also Triceratops, which, well, it's a herbivore, but some people, like, it's been largely considered, like, more of an omnivore nowadays. So, there's that. But, like, there hasn't been, like, another, like, major large predator, right? Like, you can't assume that, like, T-Rex only hunted, like, is the only one that could eat, like, Edmontosaurus, Triceratopses, and I guess Alamosaurus is down in the south, right? Like, one dinosaur taking care of all of that just feels kind of weird. Even in Africa, we've got, like, painted dogs and hyenas, to a sense. So, yeah, I guess it just always felt weird. And now that we've got more different species of Tyrannosaurs in the Hell Creek, it makes more sense. The ecosystem isn't, like, just really fucking weird. It's now, now it makes more sense. And, like, yes, if you look behind, yes, it makes sense. Why would the T-Rex lose teeth? I guess I always, like, throw it around in the sense that, oh, yes, the Big Pally people at Big Paleo, like, not really Big Pally, that just makes me say it's some weird propaganda thing, but, like, the papers, the book said, like, the teeth loss could be, like, it could have been, like, backed up. There's, like, evidence that it could possibly happen, right? There's, like, all that, but, like, if you think about it, it makes more sense to make it valid, even before the evidence was presented, than to make it invalid and turn all those attributes to T-Rex. Like, it's weird to say, but it almost feels like this was the illogical choice that we chose from the beginning. Like, either we could have this one big predator that dominated its own ecosystem wholly by itself, had an insane growth rate over every other relative of its own kind, and when we find another predator that lived close by, we naturally assume it's a juvenile of its own species? Or we could turn everything more normal and have it become its own species. Like, I don't know why this happened. Like, in hindsight, it totally makes sense. Like, why did nobody else bring this up? Like, to be fair, right? Like, the dueling dinosaurs fossil wasn't, completed it. There's a giant overgrowth remains in Hell Creek that have yet to be fully identified. I think from what I've heard, there is a nest that we found. We haven't found any skeletal bones. We found the nest that is similar to that of the Gigantoraptor. So, a large oviraptoroid did live there. Yes, that's actually true. So we got that as well. But, like, scientists invalidating, like talking about the teeth. Like, this is something people could have brought up even before, like, the dueling dinosaurs thing. Like, even, like, skull diagnostics. This is something we could have done, even before the dueling dinosaurs as well. Because we had its skull before. So it almost just feels like we were under this really weird mass hypothesis that Nanotyrannus was invalid. I guess it's because it's, mainly because, I do think it's a psychology thing, right? As much as I hate to admit it, sometimes I'm just the kind of guy who likes pointing out, like, the actually kind of person. And I guess in this sense, I really want, every time Nanotyrannus was brought up, I really wanted to say, actually, it's a baby T-Rex. I guess that was because of that. And also the reason Anatyrannis was considered a young Tyrannosaurus was because of, unlike other mammal ecosystems, the young could have taken the place of another species. Yeah, that's true, but it feels like it's just easier to put it in its own species category. Like, it logically makes sense. I guess that's because we don't have a lot of juvenile T-Rexes. But now, apparently we do actually have a couple more, so... Yeah, I guess it's time for going and studying that as well. I don't think I'll be in a position to study this. I would love to study Nanotyrannis. I mean, I'd love to study T-Rex. I guess me studying the King of Dinosaurs was just something I just never really considered. I always thought it would be something that, in a position I would never be able to reach. I thought some studies like this would only be for the pros of the pro, right? You wouldn't, like, want some kind of newbie who doesn't know jack shit about, like, touching T-Rex. But yeah, like, I'm more curious about, like, the psychological thing here. I guess it was really just like, mass psychosis in a sense. I guess this just brings up another discussion. Like, listening to paleontologists, very good. But sometimes, maybe, like, look at your own studies. Read the papers. Put out your own opinions on them. Sure, some of them might sound as crazy as David Peters and Too Big to Walk, but, like, things like these, like, especially since this is already something that has been debated, right? Alright. I guess it's another very humbling moment. The one thing we always laughed at for not existing turns out to be real now. I guess in a sense, I was like a sheep who followed the mass opinion into the big, dark Hell Creek grave. Yeah, it is pretty cool, but I mean, it is also true that we didn't have like 100% complete fossil of Nanotyrannis back then. But of course, this is the fossil that finally settled the debate. So yes, Nanotyrannis is now real. Who would have thought? So, before we end the stream, let's go over... What else do we have? Ark. I mean, Ark... Oh yeah, we need to do one thing though, right? Aren't there like creature boats? Yes. There's a creature boat that we need to do. Creature boat. Arg once again has like added in like a new creature that is not a fucking dinosaur. They will, as I said, they will literally sacrifice their firstborn over making a fantasy looking dinosaur into the game. Crazy. But let's see. Where's like the thing, right? Okay, so did this ever get finished? Extra life? So did we ever milestone? TLC 3 and TLC yeah, we got 3 TLCs. I think from what I've heard, Quetzal is actually very high up. So that's very cool. Okay, for those who voted Megalosaurus and Thylacoleo, I'm disappointed in you guys. What the fuck do you mean? Megalosaurus and Thylacoleo? Excuse me? Like, okay, I get it. Megalosaurus is not good during daylight. It's a bit too bad, in a sense. I can kind of see where they're coming from. But, like, you had aberration, right? I thought that was, like, the whole point. It at least had, like, a significant use. And what the fuck do you mean Thylacoleo? Thylacoleo is the creature from the island that is probably the most overpowered of them all. right? It is one of the only creatures that felt like a more modern creature. Of the more primitive, like the island creatures. And you want that to get a TLC? Fuck me. Like, yeah, Brontosaur, hell yeah. But it's definitely sure, like, I guess Giga, because people want to see Giga. Like, I don't want to see Giga, but, like, it's for the PvP guys, I guess. And Quetzal. Quetzal is super important. I'm probably the most hyped for the Quetzal TLC. Especially since we've got Zatelfa. Zatelfa with a TLC? Mwah, chef's kiss. So, where is it? Community creature vote. Yes, we need to do that. Right. So... Oh, we got Ghost Yeeling. We got Ghost Spinosaurus. We got Ghost Gigantorad. We gotta go look for them, huh? Alright. Where is it? Community creature vote! Voting ends on Friday, so we're gonna do this now. Ah, so these are the 10... Oh my god, what the fuck? I don't take a look at a single, like... This is like the one vote that I did not look at, and what the fuck are these votes, man? What is this ass I'm looking at? What are these creature submissions? Okay, let's see. Oh my god. So I guess these are all okay. Let's see. Show me what they are. All right, Savidus. All right, it's a carboniferous prehistoric shark. All right, bite attack, thrashing attack, very similar to Megalosaurus. Gill empowerment, sure. Let's give it a buff. Why the fuck not? I guess. Most ocean predators ignore Savidus unless provoked. So similar to Carker, we're gonna give it a Carker in the ocean. Great. It also has a turret mode, I guess. Yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's give it a turret mode too. Why not? Sure. Let's also give it self-heal. Why not? So we got that. At least it's not too bad, I guess. But this, yeah. Like, what? This isn't even like a real species. This is just your glupshido creature with a slight paint of prehistoricness. This isn't even like an actual prehistoric creature. This is, in a sense, you could even say this is even worse than the, what was it? That the weird, like, chopper bug, because at least that one at least had a prehistoric name to go with it. I thought the whole point of this vote was that it was like an actual creature. I guess the dossier art is pretty cool. Crazy how this dossier art fits better with the Ark Survival Evolved Ocean DLC than the actual dossiers we got for that. But yeah, why is this one over here? This isn't even a prehistoric creature. You can't just put paleo in front of its name, assume it's gonna work. Well, it worked, so I guess congratulations. Oh, we got Atopendatus. You know what? That's a creature I could go with. Sure, finally. A prehistoric creature that actually resembles its prehistoric counterpart that's a reptile or amphibian or bird. And again, it's an ocean creature. You can't say no to an ocean creature. So let's see how many fucking abilities it has. It's probably got like 25 abilities. Tail whip tool functionality. You know what? Sure, that's gonna be pretty useful. Yeah, sure. Charge attack consumes % of stamina per use. Long hold, faster charge, and harder stun. Enemies stunned on hit. Knock back enemies. Burst rave. Percentage of stamina to perform sideways dodge? You know what? This doesn't actually sound that bad. Like, unironically, this creature doesn't go crazy. So far. Like, if this was all there is to the creature, dare I say, this might be the first creature I'm actually glad about its abilities. And there it is. Fuck. Okay, sure. Alright, sure. Let's see what that is about. Consume food in exchange for regeneration and removing debuffs inside the AoE. I guess just another way to get rid of the, what was it? The jellyfish debuff, I suppose. I guess that's probably its main use, right? Just there to, like, remove the jellyfish debuff. Which, like, okay, it just feels weird for me to say this right now, but it just feels like the jellyfish are like the max C of Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it feels like the game is weirdly balanced around this one useless piece of shit that the game would a lot be better if they just nerfed that one thing. But because the game refuses to nerf the one thing, every other thing, card, or dinosaur that's released afterwards needs to be released with that one guy in mind. It really feels weird. They should just change the way the jellyfish things work. Land hydrated. So I guess this is good for, like, swamp-based creatures, which I guess is pretty cool, right? But, like, I just don't like the rapid regeneration. Something about rapid generation just feels like it's cheating. Because we already have the Diodon, right? Like, there's no reason for us to fuck up poor Diodon. We have the thing for Diodon. I guess, like, the debuff cleanse, honestly, fine with that. The moment it goes over this and starts giving in regeneration and hydration buff and all that shit, like, can we just tone it down a little? Like, that's just something I've always been complaining. Like, why does this creature get so many abilities? Like, we should focus on giving each creature, like, one, like, at most 2 decent abilities, and that's it. I don't know why the game nowadays thinks we need to give, like, 35 abilities on every creature. The goo a Topo produces comes from sac glands in his nostrils, something based on marine iguanas. But that's pretty cool. I always like, I always really like when they talk about real science here. Like, I really do, as I said before, Ark needs to be more in tone with their creature design, similar to Monster Hunter, than whatever the hell Ark is doing nowadays. Because I genuinely do think, up to Aberration, the way their creatures were designed kind of felt like somebody that would design creatures in Monster Hunter. But the moment they went past that and went into extinction, something just changed in the creature design department. They just went full out ballistic and they just dropped the ball. Like, a lot. And I have no idea why they did that. And the creature designs, like the wild card has been producing has never been the same ever since. So yeah, I guess this is for the, whatchamacallit? This is for the, what was it? For Genesis, yes. Taming! I will bet you my left arm that it's not gonna be a knockout tame. Why is this not a knockout tame? It's literally a fucking passive tank. It's not, you don't even lose to, it doesn't even lose taming effectiveness. Like, why are creatures stronger, and why are they just so freaking easy to tame? Like, can't we, like, why is passive taming, like, the new normal? Like, passive taming always used to be for very specific creatures. Very small ones. Like, for example, like, Lystrosaurus, which passive taming would make more sense because they themselves don't do much. But nowadays, you just passive tame a fucking T-Rex nowadays. Like, yes, sure. We've always been saying that, like, knocking out a creature and feeding it is weird, but, like, that's been the norm. Like, I don't know why they're, like, changing everything and trying to make Ark into this weird thing. Right? If they wanted to do that, they should have just changed everything for all the creatures. Like, why the fuck does this require a passive tame? But a raptor, which is supposedly one of the smartest animals of Ark, in Ark as a whole, why is that a knockout tame? Like, where's, like, the logic behind that? At least with Dino, like, because up to a certain point, like, there was a point where, we were like, yes, it makes sense for it to be a passive. Like, for example, Deinonychuses were too smart. Rock drakes, were like dragons, I guess. I mean, in a sense, they're very similar to Deinonychus. They require, like, imprinting, similar to, like, wyverns, right? Like, all the other creatures require passive tame, like Moschops, because it's a very simple herbivore. Lystrosaur, because it's, like, very it's literally a walking bag of meat. You wouldn't. The reason it's like a passive tame is because the developers probably didn't want you to knock it out. Because, like, why would you knock out? It's like a walking pillow. Why would you waste resources of taming that? Well, because, that's why they make it a passive tame. But nowadays, passive tame is, like, the norm, and it just feels weird. Like, can't we just make it so that if you passive tame it, you get a buff? But you can't just knockout tame everything? Like, why can't we just do that, right? Like, I feel like that is something that should be working, right? Like, for example, the Ceratosaurs. I guess, okay, to be fair, with the Ceratosaurs, I can kind of see why the Ceratosaurs. Like, the way it was explained in the dossier with the blood being toxic. You know what? I can see why the Ceratosaurus isn't affected by narcotics. That's the thing I can get behind, right? But, like, there's a lot of creatures that just make no fucking sense, right? Why they're a passive tame. But, like, for creatures like those should be knockout tames. If you get a knockout tame, just say you get, like, a 75% taming effectiveness. If you do the weird bullshit, you get 100. Like, okay, Amogosaurus, yeah, that's the one. Right? I'm definitely not complaining it because it's taming, if the way it's tamed is weird, but, like, it makes no sense. Why is that not a knockout tame? Like, it makes no sense. Like, you should get the 100% taming effectiveness bonus if you are doing the thing. But if you're just knocking it out, you should at least get, like, 80% or 75%. Like, it logically makes more sense. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got a tech bubble. Yeah, sure, why not? Alright. But, honestly, so far, it's, like, the better one that we've seen so far from these three. Right, let's move on to the next creature. Let's see what this one is about. The crinoid. Hey! Funny thing you mention it. We found some crinoid fossils, in the paper we're gonna be talking about tomorrow. Well, that's what my friend says, and that's what we wrote on the paper, but honestly, I'm not quite sure, because crinoids only appeared during the late Ordovician, the mid-Ordovician, and the formation we're studying is, like, mid-Cambrian. We did find some, there's been some fun fact about these animals. So, crinoids fossil, we found some, there's one in the Burgess Shale, which is the early Cambrian, that has been suggested that's a primitive crinoid, but that's pretty much where it ends. But what we found is all those, like, very weird, like, it's like crushed parts of its stem. So they're like very spear-like structures is what we wrote down. But that's not something that that those primitive crinoids would have, because the crinoid fossils that we have from the not Carboniferous, from the Burgess Shale, they don't actually have the stem. It's a very primitive form, so it's literally like the leg part and then like straight up like the pedal part, I guess, in a sense. So, but yes, crinoids. It just feels like it's a creature that you just slapped on the name. But sure, I'm gonna be honest, I'd rather have a dinosaur, once again. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a cool creature in concept, but considering that Ark rarely ever adds in a fucking dinosaur and insists on, like, adding in whatever the fuck this is, but you just had Megaraptor, you might be saying. Yes! One Megaraptor. The creature we had before that is, like, one Dreadnoughtus. And the rest of it are just, like, weird, overpowered modded creatures that just have been lazily slapped into the base game. That's not counted as a complete release. They should just add in lazily slopped on modded creatures that aren't dinosaurs and actually release proper dinosaurs instead of doing the opposite way with adding in whatever the hell this is. But anyways, stop yapping. More research, right? Crinoids, let's see. So xerograph, yeah, you know what? Fuck it, why not? Yeah, if you wear it, you float. And let me tell you, it's gonna be a fucking passive tame too, right? Let me see. Let's see. Alright, let's see. Orbiting asteroids feeding on ambergris. Oh, so it's not actually from the ocean area. It's from the space area. Cool. Oh, wait, so this guy doesn't actually have a taming method? No taming method, huh? So it has a photon beam. You know, I mean, it's not terrible, right? But like this is pretty much where it needs to end, right? Any more than this, it's too much. Especially considering it's like a shoulder pad. Like for a shoulder pad, 2 abilities is more than enough. But then you get like weird stuff. If the crinoid gets protection for atmospheric pressure with debuff as well. So now with this, you're fine in like scorched earth, downpours, snowfalls. No idea how that works. I feel like it shouldn't work because it's just like, dude, you can't just bring a whatchamacallit, umbrella to a snowstorm and expect that to work, right? It doesn't. Why does this work, right? There's no logic behind that. It's just adding an overpowered ability for the sake of overpowered ability. Ambergris. Okay, I actually never been to Genesis, so I don't know what ambergris does. So it gets ambergris passively. I do know that it's a resource which you need to go out and harvest. So I guess this is just another pet that's just, yeah, we just do that. Now everything's overpowered and everything's free. I liked it up to the second part, I will be honest, right? As much as I usually would hate on a creature that it's not a bird, reptile, or amphibian, which is basically like overpowered future alien that slapped on a priest or a creature name. Well, maybe it's because I have some form of affinity against them because I found their dead remains while I'm trying to write my graduate paper. But yeah, I guess I'm not too upset about them, but I do feel like they could have cut down on half of its abilities. Right? Not bad. Although I prefer the Atopendatus for now. Right, let's see. Abyssosaurs. Let's see what this is about. Alright. Ooh. Bioluminescent Plesiosaur. Pretty cool. Alright, let's see. There's a very Dreadnoughtus-esque this extinction? This element corruption thing going on? Oh, they even gave it base stats. Wow. Damage 65? Fuck me. The Quetzal has a base damage of 30. It should also have only a base damage of 30. Just as you're about to be hypnotized by an Abyssosaurus, throw a sea flashbang to stun it. It's another passive tame! Just make it a knockout. Explain me, why is this not a knockout tame? Tell me. Like, is it some kind of biological thing? No? I guess not. It's just like, it's just bullshit for the sake of bullshit. Bioluminescent plant. Okay, why do these, like, every time when somebody adds a new creature, that's a lot of things a lot of modders do nowadays, but like, it's never really just the creature itself now. Like, every single creature now has like 2 billion other like things that are added like alongside it. And like, for the first few creatures, it's not bad. But later in the game, you'll probably have like 50, 60 creatures, and every single one of these creatures would have its own food thing. Each one will have its like own like other like, I guess, behavioral, like what do you say, behavioral item in a sense? With the Ceratosaurus, you had that weird jelly. We had with some like with the other creature, we had that like other gel or something like that with the bat. Like that's been something that, and we had like this weird sushi with the Archelon. Like it seems like every time we add in a new creature, it adds in like 20 billion other small things alongside it that it only interacts with that one creature, which is very annoying. Because for now it's acceptable, but like imagine trying to like go through like 60 different items, every single one of them for a different creature. And guess what? You aren't gonna give they aren't gonna add in raptor head feathers, clothing, or Triceratops or frill shield or something like that. Which would logically make sense, but because a modded creature or new creature goes burr, we'll never get that. Like, if you're gonna get every creature like its own item, go ahead, make an item for at least all the basic island creatures as well. You won't. The Bestinslot's head, you know, this is that's fine. Like, this is an item I can get behind. Like, this is just cosmetic. I'm fine with cosmetic. See flashbang. Why? Wait, do flashbangs not work on the water? I didn't know that. Oh shit, it's huge. Why did I think it was always a lot smaller? I thought it'd be like the size of an ichthyosaur. What? 60. Weight reduction when in water. Plesiosaur? So you're basically telling me every resource is 65% down. You know what? You can just fuck every single ability in front of that and just make this its like its main thing. And that would, or in my opinion, that's good enough. And now it's just like, and this is just something that's just been casually thrown in. Oh yeah, like everything's like more than half off. Don't mind the rest. It's just something we just add in just because fuck you, I guess. I mean, fuck balance, right? And he's also gonna be just another passive tame too. So, like, bullshit easy taming method, everything's free. When hypnotized by a nearby Abyssosaurus, all surrounding light vanishes. Only visible light can be seen is from the Abyssosaurus. Both wild and tame Abyssosauruses have this. That's pretty cool. I guess that's kind of using the new Megaraptor function, right? Where it just jump scares you. Dense skin in the deep sea, all damage reduced. Excuse me? Yeah, all damage is free. When in shallow waters or by the water surface, damage is reduced by only 15%. Okay, please tell me it doesn't have a saddle. Like, what do you mean only? Stop saying this like it's like a normal thing. Oh yeah, it just gets a bit of extra damage reduction. Like, don't say stuff like this like it's just something that just adds in as a bonus. Right, that should be like its main gimmick. Like, you see that the Triceratops, its own main gimmick is that you take less damage when it's facing forward. And that is its like entire thing for the Plesiosaur, right? at all times when it's underwater, in an aquatic animal, it has 65% damage reduction, which is about the same amount. To be fair, the Trike got a slight buff on its defense, but it's only when it's facing forward. And to be fair, the Trike and Ark, it's actually pretty accurately sized Triceratops itself, but because every single other creature is so oversized, the face forward damage reduction rarely ever comes up anyways. And this is just something that it has on its entire body. Explain me this. How does that work? Does it have a head frill on every single part of its body? Why? But in shallow waters, okay, explosive damage received increased by 20%. It makes it so... Yeah, sure. Everything's free. Nothing ever fucking matters. Okay, to be fair, as I said, Jellyfish is like the Max C of Yu-Gi-Oh! The entire aquatic gameplay is literally based around the one creature, about this one single creature, to the point where, like, every single creature from now on will be immune to this. This is just something I'll just have to accept, and I just kind of did. What do you mean Electroforce stun? Like, this Electroforce stun isn't even that bad. Like, at this point, you're just rubbing it in, right? Like, the damage doesn't even stack, unlike the Jellyfish stun. So, like, it's just take the L, man. Like, I thought Ark was supposed to be a hard game. Like, the creature's being zapped for like 5 seconds. Jesus Christ, just take the 5 seconds and move the fuck on. You don't have to make it immune to, like, everything. Might as well make it immune to depression while you're at it as well. The deeper you're in the ocean, your damage is increased by 20... Yeah, sure, more damage increase, sure. Yeah, stamina and health regen. Yeah, sure, regeneration, everything's free. Food reduced by 15%. It's minimal. Like, this is a buff I can get by because it's so meaningless. Right? Like, food drain, like, to be fair, it's because I'm single player as well, but, like, it's such a minor buff. I can get behind that, especially because I feel like reducing food drain might incentivize more deep sea bases, which is a cool concept I like to see more expanded on. So giving a slight bonus for a very, very specific lifestyle your survivor can take, that is something I would actually like to see. But, like, the rest is, I think, overpowered. Speed increased by 15%. I have no idea what its base speed is, so the speed increase, I have no idea. Maybe if it's, like, as fast as a Quetzal, I can kind of see that. Sharken's effectiveness proof. What? Okay, what do you mean? The sharks and the factinesses. Okay, do sharks attack Megalodon in Ark? I mean, Mosasaurs? Yes, in Ark Survival Evolved, wild megalodons will be aggressive towards an attack if players tame mosasaurs. Okay, what the fuck do you mean they will not attack this thing, but will not be attacking this thing, but will be afraid of this? Like, won't be afraid of this. Explain me, this thing's even bigger. Like, again, no logic behind that. It's just more overpowered ability slapping on top of overpowered ability slapping, for the sake of it. Like, this shouldn't be a thing. Especially because in the underwater environment, if you aren't being attacked by sharks and the factinesses, like, what are you being attacked by? Ichthyosaurs? They aren't even aggressive in this game. Like, what even is there? And Dinosaurus is immune to any and all natural and whirlpool debuffs. Honestly, 15-25 movement speed, that's fine. I'm not quite sure what a whirlpool is. I know that they exist in Genesis. Again, I can't be quite sure, but it does feel like it's a more of an, like, rare occurrence. Very similar to the, aerial current of the Ornithocheirus. Which, by the way, do we have Ornithocheirus in the game yet? No, right? That's from Crystal Isles, right? Is that Crystal Isles? Where's the Ornithocheirus? What map does it come with? I think it is Crystal Isles, right? Yeah, I think so. So, yeah, like, if that's the same as rare as it is, like, that's pretty normal, right? That's a very rare occurrence, and you get a bonus if you're using that. So, again, it's like a very minimal buff. But, like, things like that, I'm fine. Again, I don't know if whirlpools are, like, really super common. And even then, it's only something that only happens in this map. So, honestly, I can live with that. When a Bestinslot is nearby near Plesiosaurs, they gain 15%. You know what? This is fine. This is fine. Buffs to Plesiosaurs is not bad because Plesiosaurs themselves are underused. Giving bonuses to underused dinosaurs like these, I'm fine. This is a cool buff. Like, this is cool. If something's actually cool, I can admit that it's cool. Head whip. Hold, drag down, swims in a circle, creating a whirlpool, dragging creatures into it and dealing decent damage. I guess this is, like, similar to the Facilosaucus ability, which is fine. It's not an ability that I use too often, so rare ability that every now and then, well timed, that makes sense. Sure, that's fine. Hallucinogenic water shot. Uses 50. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean on land? What do you mean on land? This thing goes on land? What do you mean this thing goes on land? Okay, the Plesiosaur can't go on land, but this thing can? You know, the overpowered ability, a creature with these many abilities also gets to go on land, whereas the one creature that is a fairly useless, except for maybe one platform saddle, doesn't get to go on land? Excuse me? Like, what the... You can't just... Okay, like, this is the problem, right? Like, they're talking about some insane things, and they're just passing it off, like, as it's, like, normal. But, okay, anyways. Shoots at water, makes whatever water head gets aggressive to everything and everyone. But when near abyss, they run away and avoid hurting it when possible. What? So, basically, if you use this, everything becomes aggressive to themselves. Does that work against tame dinosaurs as well? Against their dinosaurs? This could be interesting. This could backfire really bad. Honestly? I guess it won't work on tame dinosaurs, right? Consumes 5 angular gel to brighten its bioluminescence to temporarily blind everything around for 45 seconds. For 45 seconds? What if... But 45, that sounds like a lot. Isn't that really overpowered for PvP? Like, maybe 4... You mean 4 to 5 seconds, right? Hypnosis mode. Anything in front of Bestinslot will go towards it. When close, will become completely docile, even when attacked. That's insane. So every, like, knockout tame will just become complete bullshit from in front of it. Just knock it out while in front of it. That's ridiculous. Maybe underwater only. Like, it wouldn't even make sense for its ability to work on land, right? Like, how would that even work? Like, the way the illustrations makes it seem is that its hypnosis comes from the fact that it's, like, deep underwater, right? Don't know to scan for alpha creatures or max level wild creatures. Yeah, sure, max level wild creatures. Just yeah, sure. It just gets that. Everything's free. Nothing ever makes sense. Nothing ever matters. Well, it prefers the deep sea. Bestinslot is capable of surviving on land and in space. And in space. You know what? This is such bullshit. I actually vibe with it. Besides, I think a plesiosaur in space is freaking awesome. I can actually see that. You know what? Sure, why not? If baryonyx doesn't need oxygen, Bestinslot can do that as well. Sure. The space valve, the saddler's folding thrust is above the front. That makes sense. Will not go into land without you riding it. Why not? I feel like if it's on land, it would be even cooler. When a land attack is decreased by 35%, movement speed is close to Stegosaurus. Shouldn't it be slower than a Stegosaurus? Because, you know, Stegosaurus is already slow. The only benefit that it has is being able to collect berries and be occasional PvP sponge. Like, come on. Like, hello? You should at least make it slower so that there be any, like, benefit to someone riding a Stegosaurus, right? Huh? Air dome. So, no, never mind. It does actually have a saddle. So, it not only does this, its defense will reduce by 65%. All damage will be reduced by 50% on top of the saddle damage reduction. So, basically, every damage only takes about 25% of its actual damage, which is insane. Enter and keeps oxygen from draining while riding. You can't walk in the saddle, but you can walk on top of it. If dismounting on the surface, you'll be on top of a Bestinslot in front of the saddle. When dismounting in the water, you'll be in front of the saddle swimming. Cool. You know what? That's something. That's you know what? That's an ability I don't mind too much, right? It's like a proto Shastasaur. Like, creature, its design is cool. I feel like its abilities are like over the moon overpowered. Like, if I could balance this, like, let's get rid of the fucking weight reduction. That's insane. Probably remove all the defensive bonuses as well. Deep sea power, just keep the food train and speed increase, I suppose. Plesio synergy is awesome. I freaking love this idea. I like the space idea as well. And I guess drag down. I mean, I guess they really want the hypnothesis thing. So, yeah, I think hypnothesis is too crazy. It shouldn't affect the tame, the wild, land, sea, or flying. It should only affect the deep sea creatures, I think. For 10 seconds, maybe. And I think that's enough. That's already good enough, right? Because it's also going to be immune to, like, jellyfish things as well. I'm pretty sure they didn't mention it, but I'd probably just overgloss it because there's no way it wouldn't be there. But design-wise, the creature itself doesn't look too bad. So we got the giant stick bug. Hell no. Hell no. This is just alien. This isn't even like an actual, like, creature. Of course, and of course it's a passive tame. In this pose, wild animal will stop chasing and attacking it, and it's undetectable by spyglasses, which is very useful if you're going to get unnoticed in the wilderness or by enemies. I mean, it's already pretty freaking big, so... Accidentally hit a wild insect, it will break free and run away to hide again. With this ability, changes appearance depending on the trees and the biome that it's located in. As a second skill, you can collect hides obtained from domesticated queen bees and carry them on its abdomen. Using bees for a second purpose. You know what? That's not bad. Living canoe. When you carry this insect in the water, it will float like a canoe and will not consume stamina while swimming. You know what? That makes sense. You know, that's fine. It's unable to die, but will not be attacked by any aquatic animals. It will be mistaken for a log or boat. You know what? Makes sense. This will not save it from being attacked by lead sickness. Ironically enough, I feel like this doesn't make sense, right? Because lead sickness are driven away by honey, but this one literally has honey on its back. Or maybe that's why. Because that's why the lead sickness go after it. Maybe it's because of the honey. But then again, you're harvesting honey, so just pluck it and just throw it, right? I feel like the fact that it's attackable is kind of counterintuitive to its design. And of course, add in a more bullshit resource for every new creature. Also, how does Archaeopteryx can sit on top of its 6 legs when it's in its natural state, then moving to the top as a perch when it camouflages itself. This increases the production of hemolymph. In turn, the giant stick bug receives a Tree of Life buff, using a pheromone that heals any nearby insects and increases crop yield. Healing only insects is not bad, actually. You know what? The design doesn't seem too overpowered. All in all, it seems to ignore the custom resource. Custom resources is kind of weird, but like the camouflage thing, the log ability, like ability-wise, it's pretty neat. But then again, it's not a prehistoric reptile, amphibian, or bird. Nor does it feel like it should be on a vote for prehistoric creatures. So it's a pass for me. Like, this is something that Wildcard should just add in, instead of, like, adding in whatever the hell this is. We've got Romaleosaurus. Alright, let's check that out. Seems very similar to the Abyssosaurus. Oh, but this one is Pliosaur. What? Oh, I was confusing it with Moranosaurus, yes. I was about to say, isn't Romaleosaurus a plesiosaur? No, it's a pliosaur. So let's see, mid-game, late-game, momentum-based attacker that utilizes whirlpools. I guess because whirlpools is like a thing from Genesis, they want to utilize it. Pretty cool, alright. Build up momentum because launching themselves out at high speeds. Cool. Romale is also able to generate their own temporal vortex for a variety of purposes. Trap animals in place, knock back small animals in the water, or even a launch point for Romaleos to fling themselves at high speed. So it's just a quick, fast travel mount. That's cool. Level 50, crafted and fabricator, 2 oxygen tanks, supply oxygen or use to create temporary vortexes. I guess the oxygen tank on the saddle is now the new default. Expend oxygen for the saddle to initiate assistant swimming, which ignores weight. What do you mean by that? Oh, so you can just be overweight and you can use this to propel yourself. You know what? Because this creature's such movement based, I can actually I can vibe with that. That's not a too crazy build, right? Unlike the Abyssosaurus, which is like, oh yeah, everything's free. At least this one, it's based on movement, so it makes sense that its ability would be tied with moving around easier, right? It's only movement based, at least for now, right? Who knows how many like bullshit abilities it will get down the line. Taming! So don't know where to start, it's a knockout tame. No, of course not! Of course not! It's a fucking passive tame, of course it's a fucking passive tame. Everything's a fucking passive tame now. Alright, we got primary attack, 30 damage. See? That makes more sense. Finally, a damage sense that makes a lot more sense. Primary attack. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Whirlpool. Bubble wall, high knockback. Yeah, it's a very passive attacker. It's not a damage dealer, which is good. Vortex. toggle drifting. You know, that's not bad. You know what? Pack buff as well. It's such a simple creature. Minus the Glup Shadow taming method, I'm actually totally fine with this. This, I think, might be my vote. But I'm afraid that people might not vote for it because it literally does nothing for like 99% of people, which is what I want. I don't want a creature that does everything. This is good enough, in my opinion. It's a great, fast, underwater scout that's slightly upgraded above Ichthyosaur. But the fact that you have to tame it in deeper water counterbalances it. This is great. It also utilizes resources that can only be found in the Genesis, which is the Whirlpool. It fits the map. It doesn't have Glup Shadow overbloated ability that does fucking everything. Its damage doesn't even seem that overpowered either. For once, like, if this is its like main ability, like, this works, and it also has a cool pack buff. Like, I'm always for small pack buffing creatures. It's like basically like the Dino of the water. This is cool. This is like this might be the first creature that I genuinely have no disagreements with. Like, I'm just afraid that it's too simple. Ironically, I'm afraid that people might not like it, but I think this guy's got my vote. Right, let's see. Let's check out the next one. Oh, Irritator. Shit. Ooh, Irritator. Alright. I mean, it's a medium-large carnivore, right? You know, Ark is a sucker for large carnivores. And honestly, I can't even blame it. Right, let's see Irritator. Please be a knockout tame. 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 Special mucus covering its entire body, causing skin irritation and a weakening of the immune system to anyone hit. Not bad, okay. Excellent traveling mount and taming companion. Armed with its mucus, even the studies of foes will eventually succumb to torpor. Ah, okay. So this creature basically says, fuck you to knockout taming, everything's free. Sure. Volcanic and oceanic variants? I think of Orions too? I mean, it's a cosmetic thing. I don't mind that. So, it affects you with the irritated effect. Will make you a very difficult companion. Knocking out X variant dinosaurs or sturdy foes. Okay, so it's just X variants. Okay, you know what? If it's just targeting X variants, I'm fine with that. Because if you do get hit by Irritator, everything else around you becomes much more dangerous. Literally, it's not a useful ability, right? Like, this is something that you'll probably see within your first hour of gameplay, and it will immediately become invalidated after that. You know, comfortable speedy traveling mount? Sure. Reduced aggro range? You know what? It makes sense with the mucus, alright. Its saddle allows you to freely look behind you when holding a weapon. You know what? We did really need something like that. That's a very good scout. That's actually a really good idea. I don't know why you didn't think of that. A saddle that turns 360. That's true. That's something that we kind of lacked. Right? Every creature had like some sort of like angle which we can't get. But then again, I think Gigantoraptor is kind of like this, right? So what separates this guy from Gigantoraptor? I do think that Gigantoraptor is slightly better in traversal. It's just generally faster, right? So I guess it would be because of its ability. Wild Encounter is easy to spot as flashy colors venomous animals are known for. Okay. Aggro range is slightly bigger than that of a dire bear. Oh, so yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty small actually, right? Because I've been very close to a bear. During that time, all those nasty torpor-inducing critters of the bog will be much more lethal. Okay. Goals introduce a threat that makes the game more thrilling while giving its survivors a chance to avoid it. Yeah, by thrilling you mean like, again, within like the first like 2 hours. Everything will be normalized, I guess. Taming! Please be knockout tame, please be knockout tame, please be knockout tame. Nope, it's a passive tame. Right, hydration bonus, makes sense, it's a Spinosaur. Irritating mucus, alright. 360 irritation, not bad. Regular bite, less damage than baryonyx. Tail slap, just knockback. Control gulp? What's gulp? What is that? Do they state gulp? I don't think I've read it that. What does that do? Space jump, okay. Early game traveling mount is designed to be very comfortable as a traveling mount. We all know how dangerous Genesis Part 1 is. Not me actually, I've never done that. However, most creatures on Irritator styles prefer to leave it alone. In addition to barely getting noticed, Irritate gets the same hydration bonus as Spinosaurs. Sure, almost as speedy as long as there's water around. That might be a too overpowered, I think. Make it a bit... because maximum speed of Ceratosaurus is kind of insane. Because Ceratosaurus is kind of invalidated by it, by having this really awful turn radius, so its speed only makes sense for desert travel. But water is kind of easy to come by, and, like, and maybe you can also give this guy a bad turning radius too, I guess. Status effects. Once you get a bloodsucker, I'll preferring using it for travel. So what can Irritator do to make it worth using in the late game? The mucus covering the entire body, causing a weakness of the immune system, yada yada yada. Okay. So, what does that? Most status effects and even immune to some. Okay, I guess, again, fuck jellyfish. Sure. Apply the Irritator effect, making it weak to status effect, and especially to torpor. Oh, it doesn't knock out creatures. It just makes it more effective. Okay. Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. It also works with Carnivores because, like, knockout stuff. You know what? This is good. This is good. I can see this. This isn't too overpowered. It doesn't have 10 billion abilities. It has one good ability with one traversal ability. Yeah, this is a bit too much. Again, we don't need 10 billion custom items for 10 billion custom dinosaurs. I love the satellite idea. It's such a simple idea that I just love. Okay, so this gulp. What is this gulp, right? Okay, the pelican mouth. Okay, so what does that do? Pressing a crouch key will perform this gulp and successfully eating a fish will grant Irritator a regenerative boost. Okay, so it's basically like the baryonyx where it heals with fish. You know what? Sure. If you have fish basket in Irritator's inventory, holding alt while gulping will put the fish in the fish basket. Yeah, that's pretty cool. You can force feed a full fish basket to Irritator to give the regenerative boost. That is very cool, very cool. Damn. Oh, the Irritator's a good one. I think it's a creature design that I genuinely like. It fits all the builds. It's not Glupshido does fucking everything tame. It's a reptile, amphibian, or bird that actually looks prehistoric. Again, Glupshido taming effectiveness. Taming method is a minus. But then again, it's also anti-Glupshido taming method, which increases torpor for everything. Imagine combining that with, like, Uterranus. That would be interesting to see. With the fear bonus plus the knockout. Use a good bow and you'll just be able to knock out everything in one shot. Right, Tully Monstrum. Oh, okay. Oh, this. Oh, the Tully Monster narc. Oh. Ooh, this is not an amphibian, reptile, or bird, but it is a pretty iconic prehistoric creature. I honestly, creature design, I can't say no to Tully Monster, man. Alright, let's see. Please don't be an, please be an knockout tame. Please be a knockout tame. Inhabiting near the huge gas vents, waiting for prey to walk into it and suffocate so they can pick out with the strong tongue. Okay, the Tully Monster has learned how to use gravitational forces to pull itself forward towards prey and throw small creatures around. Of course it's not of course it's like some kind of weird fucking pastime again. Bite, low damage having fast attack speed to make it worth it. Yes. Definitely not like the Quetzal, which has a low damage and low attack speed. A Majestic Lunge. Okay, that's a crazy-ass name. By holding down left click, it selects a creature that uses its magnetic jaws to attract itself forward. What? Is it magnetic towards other... How does that work? Yeah, high damage and poison damage the further the target is. You know what? Sure. But, like, is it... Like, what I'm imagining is, like, is it also gonna float, like, in other maps as outside the space biome? That would be weird, right? I can't imagine that. Like, imagine it's like a Tully Monster floating in the middle of the island. That would be so weird. And grab small creatures up to humans and use its horns to intoxicate. Okay, so it's like a mammoth. Gas vent. It will fart out its size orifices by pressing X. You're immune to set gas while mounted or produce a congealed gas ball, which acts like a sticky bomb. Why? Can't you just make it produce gas balls? Why does it need this extra ability? That's unnecessary. Uses a magnetic jaws to aim and launch a sticky bomb, which explodes after a period of time. Why? Just make it able to shoot congealed gas balls. Not like its own ability. Doesn't need to be a sticky bomb. Just make it so that you can put like random gas balls in inventory so it shoots them out. Housekeeping. By selecting an option in its radial wheel, it starts to use its magnetism to drop items towards and grab it. You know what? Yeah, okay, that's a very passive ability. Not bad, okay. Nearby tame until the monster will always lunge at you if you're below 20% health. They will grab you and try to take you away from danger. Okay. That's pretty cool. Weather detector, okay, that's kind of unnecessary, but it's also such a minor thing, which I guess it's not that bad. Okay, this is a bit too much. Why the hell does it have robotic eyes? That doesn't make sense. Metal harvest uses magnetic beak harvest metal more efficiently than a pickaxe, but less efficiently than an ank. Okay. I mean, poop egg gathering? Does that matter? Aren't they? Wouldn't you just use dung beetles or oviraptors for that? What large quantities of items? You know what? This has always been such an annoying part of Ark that you know what? I can live with that. You can also use weapons when riding it. Yeah, because every creature allows you to do that nowadays. Really makes you feel stupid when riding the UT because you can't use weapons on the UT. You know, the Tully Monstrum isn't really that bad. Actually, it's a pretty decent tame. I feel like it could be more balanced by making it aquatic and lunar only. Because I can't imagine this thing just floating around in the middle like of a forest or something like that. Have you seen that GIF with the shark in forest? Hold up. Like, it's kind of just gonna feel like this, you know? It just feels weird. Like, in the lunar biome, it makes sense because it's zero gravity, but the like, ocean? Sure, I mean, it's aquatic, that's where it lives. Lunar? Okay, that makes sense, but like, in the plains biome? Huh? But then again, like, I think they would make it float like a shark in a forest, right? Because then, if not, how would it be doing housekeeping? It wouldn't make sense, because are you gonna do it underwater? Or is your base gonna be completely underwater? Even in tech bases, you'd have like air vents under the water, right? Where they suck the air out with the tech items. So I guess they will just really just make it floating in the air. I guess what they could have done is like maybe, okay, I'll bring out paint, right? Maybe they could give it like a cobra-like pose. So like, when it's like on land, maybe do it like this, like a cobra. You can kind of see its eyes like this. Okay, this is a terrible drawing like that. Like this. Maybe instead of just having it like float, maybe use its like its tail lobe on the sideways to make it like stand. That would make more sense than just having it float in the middle of nowhere. And it also looks pretty cool, right? So like, I can see that, but like just having it afloat just feels weird. But like minus that, this is also not a bad creature. All right. Okay, giant lobster. I think we've seen this creature before. Yeah, this isn't even like a real prehistoric. It's literally, again, the one thing that I really dislike. Just modern creature but big, slap on prehistoric and call it a day. So I guess we'll skip over that because we read it already. So let's see. So from these votes, which one is it? Okay, the Crinoid is definitely a guy that, like, I wouldn't be upset about it winning. But it's also not a creature I would actively like to have. A Topendatus is a bit too much in the glup shadow bullshit, fuck it does everything tame that I dislike. But it's quite mild compared to Abyssosaurs. This is literally the definition of bullshit. Like, it's a cool creature, right? But it's ruined by having like 50 abilities, every single one of them being overpowered as fuck. Giant stick bug is an interesting concept, but again, it's not a prehistoric bird, reptile, or yada 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 that actively makes it look prehistoric instead of just being a modern animal but big, which I absolutely dislike. Like, but the concept itself is done pretty well. I'll give him that, but it's not something I'd like to see. If we're getting a new creature, I would actively like to use this opportunity to actually have a creature that looks prehistoric. Romaliosaurus is so good. Romaliosaurus and Irritator. I really like both of them. If I just had to pick one, I feel like it would be Irritator. But because we have so many mid to large size carnivores already, I feel like Romaliosaurus fits this better. Right? Like, Romaliosaurus is just way too cool. Again, I really, really, really fucking wish it was a knockout tame. But like, I wouldn't be I'd be fine with both. Irritator is very cool because it's like the only actual dinosaur in the creature vote, which is insane. What do you mean? What do you mean in a dinosaur game? There's only a single dinosaur that made to the finalist. What an insane circumstance. You guys just baffle me. But yes, we got Irritator. Tully Monstrum is pretty cool. Yeah, again, Tully, honestly, Tully Monstrum is so cool, though. Honestly, when I first saw the creature voting roster, I thought, like, half of these creatures are just gonna be dog shit, right? Kind of like Aberration. I mean, no, Aberration wasn't actually that bad, actually. We had Chasmus. But, like, a lot of the creatures in Aberration was terrible. What was the Aberration creature vote again? Like, I remember the roster just being absolutely horrendous. See, is this the one? Yeah, so we got this, the Motorbite, the Yeeling, the Kula, Tetrapedon, Ornomegalonyx. And we also had, like, something else, right? We also had that weird lobster as well again. We also had this abomination of a creature. Like, I'm so glad that this didn't make the vote. Like, because I know that one of the big YouTubers were wishing for this to be added in, which is just... No, this is just fantasy creature with a name slapped on it. You know what? I mean, looking back, it isn't actually that bad. We had Yeeling, we had the weird spider, which actually they kind of end up winning. Down the drain, we got the Slinger pet. You know what? Actually, looking back, it wasn't too terrible. Alright, well, time to do the vote. Where is it? Where do I vote? Vote, vote. Where do I vote? Hold up. Is it in Toronto? No. Where do I vote? Guys, y'all got a link for this? What? Where do I vote? Oh, it's probably in ranked mode. That's where they were last time, right? Okay, where the... What? Maybe we'll have to go look it up on Twitter. That's where I voted last time. First ended. Where's the creature vote? Okay, there it is, finally. Right. Okay. Let's put random bullshit in the bottom. So I think we're gonna put I feel like I will have to vote Irritator up high. Like, we're gonna be strategic here. It's not just because... I feel like other people will also be... Like, there's gonna be a lot of Lophos out there that I believe in, y'all. That are gonna vote on, like, the only dinosaur in a dinosaur game. Like, logically, it makes sense, so... I feel like we will vote there just to secure at least a high chance of us getting a dinosaur in the dinosaur game. Honestly, I think Tully Monstrum is my vote. Crazy thing, I think I prefer this over the other guys. Like, maybe, as I said, change this floating thing like, on the island or something, on other maps. Give it, like, a sitting pose. But, like, minus that, I'm pretty fine with it. And then are we gonna go with Romaleosaurus? Like, I think I really want Romaleosaurus to get up higher, but I'm afraid, again, I'm just afraid that people won't vote for it. Because it doesn't do much. Topendatus is alright. Bisosaurus, I will put a Bisosaurus slightly lower, right? What's the shark again? Oh yeah, it's kind of a Glupshit who does everything tame, right? Yeah. I mean, look at that. Okay, so I guess we will put... I mean, I'd rather have a Bisosaurus than save this. I think this is gonna be my vote, right? Dinosaur first, then my actual runner-up, then my second to runner-up, then I'm creature what I'm okay with, the creature I'll bitch about but I'll be fine with, the creature that I'll be bitching about, the creature that I don't really care but I would rather have anything else, the creature that I'll dislike, the creature that I'll actively be enraged, and the creature that I'll actually jump off a building when it gets voted. I mean, no shade to those who made the creature. Probably y'all did it in your both all favor as well, but your mistake was not making this an Animalicaris. Right, there we go. That's my vote. Alright, let's go. Alright, and that we did this very important prehistoric creature vote. I think that's actually long enough. I've been streaming for a lot longer than I supposed to. Right, I guess we'll wrap it up here. So y'all, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and until next time, may the Jurassic Sprip with you. Bye-bye!